Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup Western Qualifier Day 1. It is winner bracket quarterfinal time. 8 players, 2 spots, $1,600. And Neo and Carson.
Good morning. That was a mouthful. This is a big tournament. This is a big tournament with a long name, Neo.
Long name, long days, and hopefully awesome matches. I've been through one 65-minute Night Elf versus Orc today. And this is now second part of the day, so hopefully a more amazing Warcraft. We got 4 matches here.
4 matches, 4 best of 3s. 4 technical difficulties probably, as we already have Starbuck not being able to figure out his camera, but that's okay. And we have both players struggling to do vetoes, so it should be a great long day with 4 good matches. I'm happy we have an Orc player, and I'm happy that we have Happy, and I'm happy that we have Starbuck. This is truly, and we have Jens as well too. This is truly the top 8, I think, of the Western scene currently. I think we actually found it, Neil.
That is right. The qualifiers were pretty amazing. You were casting them, of course, both. I am missing Krav, maybe. That would have been nice to have. Kevin was close a couple of times, but in the end, you are 100% right that this is the best that we have. And now they face each other. Obviously, I guess Happy and Starbuck, the big favorites here. Seed 1, Seed 2. Both, it would be a little bit of a miracle if they get defeated, but is there maybe chances for upsets here?
I think there is chances for upsets. Happy has been losing more and more recently, but really in this tournament, it seems like the only player that might be able to upset him would be Starbuck himself or possibly Foggy if somehow he's in crazy shape on the day. But Foggy obviously hasn't been practicing as much as he was when he was able to beat Happy in the past, but you know, there's always chances for upsets in the scene today. I feel like, especially the past 3 months, we've had a lot of flip-flopping between who is the favorite in every tournament. There is a clear number 1 in this tournament, being Happy, but he hasn't been invulnerable as much lately.
That is right. In Dubai, Starbuck defeated him here. It is also pretty important who wins via winner bracket and who wins via lower bracket, because the seedings have already been done, which is a bit odd that they can you can basically choose in what group you want to end up. If you're very, very confident in your skill, you could potentially lose the winner bracket and then, bank on the fact that you win the lower bracket. If you win this qualifier, you end up in a group with Remind, Infi, and Kaho. If you end up second, you're in a group with Lin, Life, and Colorful.
Oh, so it might be advantageous to actually win then, if I understood that correctly. That is interesting, though. That is interesting. So somebody in like Happy's position could do that, but Happy's definitely not the player to do that sort of thing in a tournament. There are players that think that way in tournaments, like what group am I going to end up in? You know, whether or not they admit it. They're like, oh, maybe I should throw this game so that I end up in a different group later on in the tournament, so I have a better chance of actually winning the whole tournament. Happy's not that kind of guy. I don't think any of these players are necessarily those kind of people that would think that way. But it is an interesting thought that, and it's nice that it's actually you need to win to get in the better group.
1,000%.
It doesn't always work out that way.
This is $1,600 in this tournament. That is a lot, and also a lot of people coming over from Soul 8 Man. Thank you very much. 290 people. I hope you have a wonderful time. So $400 for the winner. Pretty good. All players get a little bit of money here in this tournament. If just for attending, you get, I think it was $50, and it's double for basically every round you survive. 100 if you make it 5th to 6th. 4th place is 210. 315 for the 3rd place. At least you get compensated a little bit if you end up so close prior to the Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup starting in December.
December 8th, is it?
It might be
something like that. I think it's around that. It's around that. It's quite a ways away. We have a couple weeks of this qualifier, and then we will have our top 16, which should be literally the top 16 in the world. I think we're getting to. Looking at the players, it's pretty close at this point.
Yeah, we had a couple of upsets there in the qualifiers as well. We have no Moon, no Labby. That was an upset that Remind, of all people, made it through in the Korea region. But yeah, apart from that, we're going to have all the heavy hitters Focus rank 2 in Korea was also quite a bit of a surprise. So yeah, we'll see if we get some surprises here as well. I can't wait. Our first match, Starbuck and Hawk. Starbuck is the big favorite, right? But Hawk, the man is grinding like a madman. I don't know what bit him. I don't know how that all of a sudden happened, but feels like he is playing a lot. He's grinding a lot. He's earning a lot of MMR points. And maybe Starbuck not as much of a favorite as he was like a year ago or so.
Yeah, it's nice to see Hawk a little bit more motivated and playing better than he was 6 months ago. Like, we always knew he had it in him, sort of thing, to be capable of playing really, really good, because he's played for such a long time and he's always been a top European player. But then he was just really, playing WoW and not motivated for a long time. So it's nice to see him getting up to the ability that we know he's capable of after a while. And then Starbuck has just been crushing, like solidly probably a top 10 player in the world, consistently for the last few months at least, which has been excellent to see. And there's another top European player, Neil.
That is correct. I can't wait. We got the player cams up. Starbuck in the dark, Hawk in the light. But we'll see, man. Both looking focused. We are ready to go. Hawk said, have fun already. We can kick this off. The first map of the Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup Western Qualifier. Best of 3. So not much wiggle room here. But we've seen the players. Now let's take a look. Tail of the tape. On this patch, we had one match between them. It was a win for Starbuck, who is currently the best random or race picker, multi-race player in the world. And there it was a 2-0. Hawk, 2600 MMR. Can he do better than in the Back to Warcraft Weekly Cup, where it was a 2-1? The match prior, a 2-0. The match prior was a 2-1. So Hawk, show us your skills, and Starbuck, show us that you're ready for the reinvigorated Hawk on the way to the winner bracket semifinal, where everybody is expecting you.
Yeah, so we'll be starting on Tidehunters. Starbuck, his loser pick is Concealed Hill. Hawk's loser pick will be Hammerfall, starting off with all best of 3s today in the quarterfinal winner bracket. And we're going to, of course, have Human versus Orc. Starbuck, as you just mentioned, will flip-flop between 2 races in this tournament. But when he plays Human, he plays Orc. When he plays every other race, he'll be playing Human himself. So Tidehunters start, Neil.
Off we go then. I just realized that I did not update our overlay to version 3. There we go. Alrighty, Tidehunters it is, and Tidehunters has produced quite some bangers in the past. At RARALAN, at Dubai, pretty much everywhere we see this matchup, it's just a blessing and full of entertainment, and this is exactly what we want here.
Yeah, and this matchup itself, Orc vs. Human, has been changing a little bit recently. We've been seeing, of course, Pally Rifles, which I'm going to be asking a lot of the players if we get some interviews today about Pally Rifles. We've been seeing more Mountain King from Fortitude, and of course, Starbuck. He always is one that changes up his style quite a bit. We saw him play Mass Windriders on the ladder a couple of days ago when he was playing against Fortitude himself. So he has plenty of different styles, and Hawk has plenty of different answers that other people have shown him, likely Fortitude, that he can copy from today.
That's right. Fortitude has defeated Starbuck at the very least. So just play like 40. Just play like the best player.
Easy.
In the world. Easy. But I gotta say, speaking of 40 is starting to imitate Starbuck, and that says a lot. Starbuck, of course, you mentioned it, also an Orc player. Guess who starts to play Orc on the War 3 Champions ladder late at night? Fortitude, the Pally Rifles. You mentioned it already, so Starbuck definitely trendsetter here.
Yeah, which is nice to see. He definitely has the right idea for strategies. If he was a Night Elf player, he would play Priestess of the Moon every time in Night Elf Mirror. I just know for a fact. So he's a smart player strategically and very, very good and strong mechanically. We're seeing him scout the lab immediately. This is not good for Hawk. This is very bad already.
Gets the item, not a great one. Trying to salvage the situation by running away. Trappers, of course, don't ensnare heroes. That is lucky. No chain lightning. And not a lucky Bucky with maybe a low damage roll here. Archmage gets away, but so much damage done.
Yeah, that's tough. maybe with a better item, this could have been worthwhile, but so much damage taken on the Archmage. As soon as those Wolves get in position, it doesn't even matter if you get the last hit, your Archmage is already 1 HP. And the goal of Hawk, it seemed to be, was to get level 3 early on. And he's not going to be able to do that with a 1 HP Archmage. Starbuck might actually start to outlevel him if he power creeps from here.
Yeah, that is not ideal. No regen at the moment. He got the level 2, but it's so far away from level 3. Militia, Footman, Water Elemental on the left-hand side. With this positioning here, Starbuck seems a little bit lost. He's on the chase. He's, I don't know. These wolves have to get the scent of the old man and the horse.
Yeah, he seems to be prioritizing finding the Archmage over everything. Sometimes if you lose the Archmage, you can just say, whatever, I'm just going to creep myself. But he sent a lot of units around the map. Didn't actually find the AM as far as I know. And then just decided to creep. He gets both turtles, and then perhaps he could go to the shop. And then that would put him at about 2.5. The Footman will find some more green camps. The Archmage will probably get level 3, but the issue for Hawk is I don't think he'll actually be able to do much in the base. And Starbuck also already getting spike barricades. This is a great idea. When you lose the Archmage, a lot of players just tend to go spike barricades, assuming the Archmage will get level 3.
Alright, that is not the case here. I gotta say, Hawk's recovery, not too bad. Finding levels, finding success, getting some HP back, but once again, he's found. Footy dead immediately. Was that enough for level 3? I don't think so. This little Storm Reaver apprentice and the skeleton would have been enough, but now it's Starbucks.
And how does Hawk find level 3 now? I guess he's gotta go to the other Murloc camp. This is tough. And then he's super far away from the main base. This is not looking like he's going to be able to hit a tier 2 timing, but there is a little bit of a window for tech buildings. I love that Starbuck, by the way, put all the burrows in the back. We oftentimes see Orc players build their base where they have that one forward burrow. Doesn't really do much other than it's just an easy target for the humans. So we're seeing Orc players put their burrows all in a line in the back of their base these days, which I quite like, but don't think those are going to be threatened too much. Level 3 is found by the Archmage, but all the way on the other side of the map is Hawk right now.
Yeah. Doubling down on the burrows, some orcs put it right next to the forest behind the gold mine to be like extra far away. Then the peons are a little bit exposed, so Starbuck is kind of finding best of both worlds here with the base build.
Yeah, definitely like that. Another smart change, like, you know, not a player that robots to what everyone else conforms to. Not a player that's just like, oh, Lin did this, I'm going to do exactly the same thing every game without understanding it. He changes based on what he feels, and he also feels quite strong now with the level 3 Farseer. And Hawk is again going to struggle to find some damage. He's got Defend, he's got level 3, and he's nearly got tier 2 for maybe a second. Hero almost gets a surround on the Farseer, but can he find some damage?
Ooh, close as it gets there, but Starbuck, nice heads up play. Archmage, ooh, door shut. Wolves, of course, gave the position away. Now let's see if Starbuck can do better in these encirclements as Hawk did. The wolf block is tremendous. But still, there's a little bit of wiggle room to get out. Archmage just running the entire game.
More water elementals spawned. Early second grunt as well, which I quite like. He didn't go for 6 headhunters, which has been the standard recently. Just went for 4 when he saw how many footmen there was going to be. TC is out, has yet to skill something. If you need to, you can go Shockwave, but I don't think he'll need to. And for Hawk, he is going for Mountain King. He is going to get 2 Sanctums once he can afford them. There's the second one now. So Hawk will have a strong army in a little bit, but Starbuck is going to have tons of space to go for a tier 2 expansion.
Right on. We get tons of support. Thank you, Scars, for the 35 months. Go Bucky Mission Pigeon. That is lovely to see you tuning in to cheer for your teammates. Hope the band is doing all right. And everything is as you want it to be. Where are we? It was kind of cool when Hawk sent the footman to the base. He walked in a little bit. Then he saw the burrows like, ah man, I can't do anything. That damn lodge is up as well. I can't cancel that. Then he wanted to surround the TC. That also didn't work. So a lot of these 50-50 positions are going in favor of Starbuck.
Yeah, as seems to be normal with this matchup, Starbuck plays very, very clean at all times, which you have to. If you lose all your headhunters in a position like this, the human can just snowball. Stormbolt on the Farseer. Starbuck, again, mentioned it, he just seems very, very safe. Builds the expansion right in Hawk's face. Not fearing anything. He's got Stomp, he's got Chain Lightning. All these footmen are doing nothing. Yeah, Starbuck's in a fantastic position.
Half the army is still working on the creeps. There was, of course, a little statement expansion there. A little lucky that Hawk couldn't follow up with the surround. That's the third time where he could have potentially got a kill, but just an inch away from getting that surround and locking it in and buying himself the necessary time. Starbuck gets the water elemental. That one's toast. And for some reason, the creeps are still angry at that footman.
They're going to chase that to the end of the world. They're not even bloodlusted or anything. Mountain King finally get a little bit of experience. And that whole bottom left side of Tidehunters is still open for business. If Hawk wants to go over there. He'll soon have map control once he has Sorks, of course. Starbuck just invested a lot of gold into that expansion. So Hawk should eventually perhaps have a stronger army being on one base. Now he's just calling militia. And he's trying to take this fight. He might get a couple of kills, but I don't see him winning in the long term.
Ooh, especially with the creep still backstabbing. The stomp was good. Nice little opening here for Starbuck. The militia have been taken out. The footies also heard Priest coming in, but Priest don't bring damage. Level 3 TC versus level 1 MK. It's not a perfect situation, and Starbuck flexing with the deny.
Mountain King has a ring, gets ensnared. Has a lot of mana left. Potion of Vulnerability is swapped on over. One grunt goes down. Hawk's starting to get some kills. There's the first Sork. Lots of slow scroll. The beast is going to wear off pretty soon here. Water Elementals, of course, not getting a ton of value, but the Shamans are running low on mana, which means slow can get more value soon enough. Last Chain Lightning. There's no more Wolves, and currently not a Stomp, but Water Elemental is gone right away. Still, though, Hawk is doing not bad right now.
I agree. He is doing a lot of damage that only has to translate to kills. We see the Wyvern hurt, the Headhunter hurt, the Raider is actually dying now. TC still has some mana, and soon a Stomp. Not too common after that long of a fight. But yeah, the human longevity in these fights with Brilliance Aura, with heal, you pointed it out. And once again, a Carson prophecy comes true when it comes to in-game Warcraft 3 at the very least. But now, speaking of longevity, Hawk has a little bit of a problem because that Expo is up and running.
Yeah, and it will be fully mining right away. There's already a burrow, which eventually can be reinforced. And Starbuck, the issue with that last fight was he didn't have a ton of mana. This next fight, he's going to not have that same problem. He's already got a mana pot. He's already got a Clarity running on the PC. And Hawk has to make something happen soon, or he's got to get an expansion up himself.
Okay, then. MK also not too blessed. No items at all. Shop control could go to Hawk if he has the time to pull back, but he knows that he's on a timer. Has no gold, has the expansion against him, no second base coming up for him, and also no farms to break upkeep. So this is pretty much all he can get. I do like the adjustment and addition of breakers in this case.
This is going to help out a ton. There is 2 Kodos available, but breakers are still necessary to deal with that TC. There is nearly 2 Stormbolts, but obviously no clap. No real huge damage output in this army, especially with the Water Elementals getting purged right away. TC with speed scrolled in. 1 Kodo devours. The second one could eat as well. Stomp hasn't really landed yet. Gets 2 casters, which is better than nothing. And Farseer gets level 4 already. This fight does not look ideal for Hawk right now, but he's got to keep fighting.
Mountain King level 1. He would love to have the clap, but couldn't. Needs to end up with the hero kill, maybe. TC waiting for it. Lots of damage raining down on the dwarf. Gotta reposition. TC in trouble, but saved again.
Very, very low hero. Town Portal got swapped over. He wants to go back in for another stomp, but he might just be forced to TP. He does. And the Mountain King now has his back to the shop. He can get maybe another item. 1 priest goes down during the teleport, and Expo still running 67 supply versus 47. Hawk is running out of options now. Does he just go and creep? He might have to. He might not be able to push to win the game. He's got to try to get that Mountain King level 3.
He needs to do something to catch up in levels, and he needs to do something to catch up in economy and in supply, and items are never bad either. Yeah, I think without clap, there is no chance. There's a certain lack of control that you need to have in these fights. Starbuck is just getting further ahead, I feel. We have an Invu potion up in this matchup. The most crucial item, maybe, next to heal scrolls. And the TC is soon to be level 4. That is absurd. And now the TC with an Invis potion again. I think Starbuck wants to close out map 1.
Yeah, Starbuck obviously wants to fight sooner rather than later. He doesn't allow Hawk to get level 3 Mountain King to maybe catch up in supply. If you bank on no upkeep for a while, you can catch up to somebody on an expansion, nearly. So if he gives him too much space and too much time, Hawk will eventually have the better army. But now the Invis, waiting for the stomp. Getting his whole army in position before he lands the stomp. Hawk must know something's going on, but he can't do anything about it. And all the casters are soon to be dead. One heal scroll saves them for now. Militia comes in to help. The positioning is not terrible for Hawk, but the casters are all dead.
That's a problem. Usually you send some raiders after them to get them out of the fight. Hawk with the Hail Mary Fascia, no TP, gets the kill. All of a sudden we do have levels, but the TC with Revenge. Archmage, no follow-up damage though, and now without Wolves and Chain Lightning, is this maybe fightable for Hawk?
Not too bad. Kodos don't have a Devour yet. One of them just gets a Fresh Breaker. The second one can still eat. So Wind Rider needs to be dealt with or it's going to kill this whole army. And the Shamans have tons of mana. So the Water Elemental, there is no damage from the Water Elemental. Town Portal is forced. Hawk would love to get that Raider before the TP. He's not able to. And a better fight than it should have been. But at the end of the day, it's still a 29 supply advantage for Dr. Bucky.
Yeah, and the heroes are getting kind of close to 5 now as well. I really like the move by Starbuck to just send the TC after the casters. You don't get the chance too often. As I said, you send the raiders, you try to do some damage, but then it's just running away. TC could actually do a lot to Sorks and to Priest. And now Headhunters, Kodos, all that piercing damage raining down on the casters. The front line is not established. And that poor little dwarf, I don't think has a chance here. Gets one more clap out, but Revenge from the TC. 1-0. Dr. Bucky, the favorite, prevails.
Very well played from Starbuck. Just a straight up standard game. No real issues through and through. All the timings were standard. The harass obviously catapulted them into the mid game quite smoothly. No problems the whole time, and it was really Hawk that allowed Starbuck to get in that position with that greedy creep route. I never see that lab work out well for human players. Almost never.
Yeah, I think it is a huge gamble, of course. It can work out well if the orc decides to go for turtle into then harass. But I don't know, man. Starbuck doesn't really do it, I feel. And so I kind of like that he takes risks, though. He knew if I play my normal opening, I can't really surprise him there. And then he's just at the moment better than I am. So let's try it. Maybe it works. If it works, nice. If not, I might look like an ass, but at least I tried. But yeah, Starbuck just has the perfect feel for the situation and punishes that. This entire early game was in shambles after 2 minutes 30.
Yeah, low Archmage can't really do anything on the map, and we might see something similar on Hammerfall, at least from Hawk. Hopefully not with the same results, but obviously the Golem pull is very, very strong on this map. Past expansion, very much a possibility. I don't think, like, that's a pretty comfortable strategy, I feel like, for Orc to play versus, especially if they don't take any damage. When you know the human's just going to power creep, have a delayed tech, and eventually go into casters, you have a ton of space to get your tier 2 expansion up, and you have a ton of space to create a counter for those casters. We saw the Wind Rider, we saw the early Kodos, we saw an early Grunt to deal with the defend. It's just very, very easy because you don't have to worry about, you know, a ton of rifles going across the map and just killing you. So Starbuck just looked comfortable and probably felt comfortable the entire time. I think Hawk should do something more to throw Starbuck off kilter.
What could that possibly be? Mountain King first? Pally Rifle?
First, Fast Expo, Pally Rifle, hell yeah. You know Starbuck would be doing that right now if he was against him. If the shoe was on the other foot.
The least I see, like the less I see Pally Rifle, the better it is. Disgusting strategy. I mean,
I'm asking every player about Pally Rifles today in the interviews. Every single one.
You have your fun. I know you will make Soul 8man very happy, and that's the most important thing. So that he finally brings back the ape news. It is time.
Yes.
To bring back ape news. God damn it. Let's ask the players if they watched the ape news and if they miss it.
Oh, perfect. Yes, absolutely. I'm sure Starbuck does.
1000%. I mean, he did an interview with the ape man already, so he's probably missing that news format as much as we do. We have Hammerfall. It is match points for Starbuck on the way to the winner bracket semifinal, where he would meet either Dice or Jens, because they are up next. I have to do a little bit of a production, Carson, because the player position swapped. So please introduce what we're seeing here on map 2.
Yeah, map 2. Plenty more options available to Hawk in the way of expansions. Tidehunters, of course, is a decent fast expansion map, but your Expo is very, very exposed, which means Masked Raiders is quite strong on that map, whereas Hammerfall, you have an easier time, I feel like, almost expanding. So Hawk, I would like to see that, and we do actually see... Ooh, we see a Mountain King Neo. He is switching it up. He is playing the correct strategy, finally.
I like what I see, and I've seen it a bit more recently. Big impact, of course, if you land the hammers, if everything goes well, if you can creep him. It's becoming a little bit of a trend recently, but Carson, you seem to have a strong opinion on Mountain King first and say it's the right one, so please educate the people out there why this is the correct strategy.
I feel like it nearly guarantees your expansion, which doesn't guarantee the win. Of course, Orc can get a counter expansion up, but Human, in every matchup, if they can get a clean expansion, I feel like they're happy, no matter what. And they might, you know, literally play like happy with 2-base economy if they're able to get the expansion up, which when you're versus Mountain King, there's very little you can do. Luckily for Starbuck, he actually went with the right opener. He went with the Grunt into Headhunters. Obviously, when you see a Mountain King, you tend to cut Headhunters and build more Grunts because Headhunters die to a single level 1 Stormbolt and Footman Focus. Grunts do not have that end, so they'll be able to live a little while longer. Starbuck also will creep, which means he'll have Chain Lightning, which means he can actually steal some last hits at afar from the Mountain King. So this is a good opener from Starbuck. He may still not be able to punish the expansion too much, but at least he won't lose a bunch of Headhunters in the early game.
That is the most important thing, and here's 2 advice for Hawk. We've seen it in game 1. He threw a couple of hammers, but the surrounds didn't stick, and it's a bit of a theme for Hawk when he had a bit of a weaker phase. He threw the hammers, but there was no follow-up. So it was essentially mana wasted or traded for heal selves. This is not allowed. He needs to get the surrounds, he needs to get the kills, and that's what the Mountain King is for.
Yeah, Stormbolt has to equal a kill, for sure. If it's a Headhunter, you need to get the Footman on top right away. If it's a Grunt, you need to land that surround. And if it's a hero, you need to force that town portal. Love this shop from Hawk. Many times we see this shop overlooked, especially I feel like against Undead and against Night Elf as a human player. But against Orc to get it this early, it's quite nice. This means you can get clarities right away. This means if your Mountain King takes a bit too much damage, because there's no water elementals to tank creeps, you can heal it up. Even though it delays your expansion, this shop is, I feel like every human player should do this shop timing. It's excellent.
Oh, I like what I see. Also, Starbuck seems a little bit lost, or at least lost the gamble this time. He's going for the left-hand side, where he might have expected Hawk to go, because the Golem pull is relatively nice to do, and it makes sense to creep there because the Rock Golem can't be last hit by Chain Lightning. But Hawk is applying some reverse psychology and think, if you think that I'm going there because it makes a lot of sense, I make no sense and go the other way, and then you stand there like a fool.
It's a nice little curveball. This is the more standard position for Hawk to be in right now. But Starbuck, I think, is happy to just creep level 3. Obviously, he would just lose units if he were aggressive towards the Mountain King right away to the Stormbolts. They would get surrounded, those Grunts. The Headhunters would just get killed by the Footmen. So he's happy to be level 3, or at least close to level 3. And now he'll be able to pressure that expansion. Arcane Tower's not up, and Hawk is on the other side of the map. Hawk might have to town portal to his main base if he's not able to get some damage done in the main base of Starbuck.
Ooh, there was also low lumber. He has to cancel this expo because he couldn't power build. Do you like the shop still? That was the lumber that he needed for the power build. Ay, 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 ay. And all of a sudden, the situation that looked so fine and turns into an absolute nightmare if Hawk is not doing major damage in Starbuck's base.
Gets 2 peons, but that's certainly not going to be enough to justify all the resources lost. And Hawk again is going to have to play from a position of being very behind, very early on. Okay, a 4th peon. Did Starbuck attack that peon? I think that was Starbuck that damaged that peon that's now in the burrow, but still, Hawk is fine. With that little bit of damage, I suppose, he's going to town portal out, and he's going to try to re-expand, but there's a Grunt there just waiting in the wings. 2 grunts, in fact, to try to stop that expansion again for Starbuck.
Yeah, I love it. There's still some damage to be done. Grunt's super sturdy, so even if you get surrounded, it might still take some time off of the human's chest. And here it is. Farseer is back. Not even bringing clarity. He's maybe a little bit of an oversight, or the resources just weren't there. But if you don't want to risk your real units, just send the summons. And again, we have a missed surround, this time on a wolf. It's not the end of the world, obviously, if a wolf is alive, but it's a little bit of a sign and who's in better shape here this evening.
Starbuck just continues to creep, doesn't commit the units in yet. Until he's absolutely certain they will not have a Stormbolt. How is he absolutely certain? Well, once he has Spirit Link, of course, Torn Totem nearly done. And Torn Chieftain is out now. Sal's is going to continue creeping, hope for a greater heal. Potion of Invulnerability, nearly as good. But obviously, for the hit points, Starbuck is getting all the creeps he wants on the map. The Mountain King is going forward, but with no Town Portal, he's got to be careful.
Love to see it. Stormbolt. Boom! He gets the kill. Alright, so 1 advice taken. We don't have defend tiers, of course. The expenses were way too high in the early game and you can't really afford that. But this is another bolt and this is another kill. And that's -2 for Bucky. Hawk fighting.
Yeah, Hawk is doing pretty well here. He needs to slow down the creeping so he doesn't die to a shockwave timing. If he cannot die to that shockwave timing, he can tower up and try to force into the late game with Griffins. He's already teching. Like, you know, despite how behind Hawk is, if he can force this super late, Mass Griffins is... I'm an Orc player. You know, just so everyone knows, Mass Griffins is better than anything Orc can build. There's no army that can beat 80 supply Mass Griffins with 3 armor upgrades. If Hawk can force into that position, he has a great winning chance.
We have a great support, and we got a great raid by Witty. Thank you very much for the 319 people. We are casting one of the greatest Western qualifiers that we have in the scene. Top 2 qualified for an $11,000 tournament online, but sponsored by a Chinese friend. So thank you very much. Hope you have a good time. Hope you had a good stream. You are watching Starbuck and Hawk. Starbuck took the lead and also in this game seems to have the lead, but we'll see what the Mountain King is able to do.
1 Wind Rider on the way, but it's not mass Wind Riders. And there is going to be a guard tower. Actually, 2 Arcanes now because the Lumber Mill is a little bit late, but Hawk is getting towers on time. DC, though, is going to be level 3 and hasn't skilled yet, so he's able to get level 2 Shockwave. So Hawk needs to make some space for himself. This is a nice little creep check. Actually, Warlord gets stolen. Level 4 Shockwave and Chain Lightning can do a lot to these footmen, but the Headhunters getting gobbled up right now, Neil.
I like what I see from Hawk's perspective. Fastia's surround. Is it locked in this time? Trying to free himself. Footy to the side. Is it? It's not a surround anymore, is it? No. Has to give it up. I love the addition of not only the Wyvern, but especially the Walkers. Everybody says that Wyvern are made out of paper and they fall way too quickly. And to Stormbolt, that is to a degree true. But if you apply Spirit Link to the mix, all of a sudden they're almost tanky.
This turnaround from Hawk, or from Starbuck rather, maybe isn't the greatest play. This is going to give time to the guard tower to get up. Hawk needs to buy a little bit more time. Ooh, if he had Stormbolt that Raider, Starbuck would have turned around to try to save it. This guard tower is critical for Hawk's defense here at the expansion, as well as in the main base. But Starbuck is actually giving him the time to get these towers up. This might allow Hawk to be safe for a little while longer.
Not for these militia, though. The poor souls have to work as distraction. Or actually... only 1 dies. So TC close to level 3. We are looking for a Blood Mage in the altar here. Not sure if he can hold that. Lots of firepower. 2 towers in the main. I really like that safety that Hawk built for himself. And access to the shop. More healing, more mana. Surrounded TC. At least blocked. I'm not too sure if he can fight his way out there. Yeah, speed scroll. That helps. Stopped in his tracks again. But firepower. Speaking of firepower, it is definitely missing for Hawk outside of Bolt.
Yeah, that's pretty much all he's got right now. All the footmen have been cleaned up. Something on the ground. Maybe just to heal up his mountain a little bit more with that potion. This is going to have to be a town portal. Maybe 1 grunt will go down. There's the TP. Blood Mage will not be denied. But Spirit Link has gotten so much value for Starbuck this game. And the counter expansion, 50% done right now. He's just making space for the counter expo. This is not an all-in from Starbuck.
Oh, maybe it's enough though! Chain Wave digs the grave for the MK. Now it's a Blood Mage by himself. It is a strong hero. Very versatile, but is it a carry? Probably not. It's a hard support, I'd say, but with the Mountain King down and the Orc knocking on the altar, this might just be game.
3 Riflemen and a Blood Mage. What can they do? He needs the Tavern Revive, that Mountain King, absolutely. The Footman's going to the Tavern now, and then he can get more mana, courtesy of the Blood Mage. Oh, but Starbuck, he doesn't have much mana, but he's still got a very strong army. Mountain King is back, but caught out of position right away. There's 2 Raiders there. One gets bashed. He can't even make it to the lab. He's trying to go, I believe, to the shop. Starbuck has to kind of land a surround here, but I think this Mountain King is dead. I don't think there's any escaping.
Uh-oh. When is End Snare ready? What's the cooldown? Well, it is enough now. Die back for Hawk. He tried real hard and he took risks, and sometimes you look like an absolute hero if you go for the risks and it pays off, and sometimes you go for a buyback and then it turns out to be a dieback and you get punished for every bit of greed and for every bit of risks. And Starbuck got the counter expansion up, got a huge lead, got the level, like the levels are out of this world, and I guess we got our first winner bracket semi-finalists.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic also that Starbuck's going tier 3 now. He knows he's super far ahead, and he's preparing for the only real way Hawk could be able to win. Again, if he forces the game to go way later, and he's able to get like 100 supply Griffins, then Starbuck will actually be prepared. He'll be able to get all the tier 3 upgrades, try hero. He'll be able to get a leveled up maybe Shadow Hunter 3rd. He'll be able to prepare himself for the worst possible case scenario as opposed to just brute forcing on tier 2. I think this is the right play. He's playing it safe. He's not giving Hawk any chances with this sort of a lead.
Yeah, and you're pointing out the Griffins, but I don't see Griffins anywhere. No tier 3. There's a blacksmith, alright, but he's going rifle casters again, realizing that he doesn't have the time for that build as it takes forever.
Yeah.
Now 2 base, and yeah, Hawk, like, where's the hope?
Where is the hope? He's got a Mountain King that's going to be out in a little while. It's level 4. Maybe he can... I mean, we saw him, even with a level 1 Mountain King, able to kill the Farseer last game when he was down 20 supply. Maybe this game. Hero focus is the hope? I mean, I know that's what I do when I'm behind.
I mean, yeah, I'm playing Undead, Coil Nova, and it's over. I feel you. But Starbuck is so prepared. Look at this TC, by the way. How do you fit so many rings on one bull? He is 17.6 armor with 1k HP. You think Hero Focus is working on that when you put Spirit Link on top as well?
Yeah, and Spirit Link, that's hilarious. He has like, what is that, 4,000 effective HP with Spirit Link? It's quite insane. I think that math checks out, somewhere around there. 3,000 maybe?
Well, he has 1,600 gold, so even if the TC dies, he can buy him back immediately. Starbuck is enjoying the situation, I feel. He's just toying with his prey.
And he realizes now it's Rifleman, and he's just gonna go Taurens. Not a typical strategy, but he hits tier 3. Got a second Tauren Totem online. And doesn't have a ton of lumber. You'll probably get a Shredder eventually, but Starbuck easily has the economy to go 100 supply Mass Tauren Walker at this point.
Yeah, that's brutal, man. And tier 2 human doesn't have the answers to that. No Polymorph, no Griffins, no crazy big nuke, no Blizzard. Flame Strike, of course, not in sight either. And yeah, let's lean back, enjoy the ride. Starbuck is in no rush to finish this. He wants to build the perfect army, which is the most fun to crush the enemy. And I'm in for it.
Yeah, and Hawk, to his credit, doing everything he can. Gets Blood Mage level 2. That should mean Banish, yes it does. And Mountain King's getting closer to level 5. I mean, I suppose with a couple of kills, he could get there. The downside of Mass Tauren Walker is it gives a lot of experience. Even though you revive them, they still give XP. So maybe that Mountain King getting level 5, Banish Bolt, can do sometimes even more than Coil Nova. But right now, it's a 12 supply advantage. And Hawk has just prepped his last creep camp of the entire game. All he can do now is sit and wait and hope.
Yep, that is one solution or one approach to do it. He might get up to 80, but he's up against triple heal scroll, double invul, mana stone, 3000 EHP TC, Tauren, that even if you kill the Tauren, they can be revived as the master training is coming, and a crazy shockwave chain lightning combo that might be able to wreck these rifles by themselves.
Good start to the fight, though. Okay, that was a good combination, but the Wind Rider dead. The Raider almost goes down as well. Mountain King is doing quite a bit. TC is almost drained, but has that Mana Stone you mentioned. The AoE is insane, and there's one heal scroll. He had to use it earlier. He didn't use it during the chain lightning. What a ridiculous amount of damage from that. Hawk backs up all the way to his shop. Oh, it's a shockwave from the Mana Stone. Is ridiculous, and there's still double heal scroll available. Hawk, did he forget he has a heal scroll in his Blood Mage? He might have. Okay, now he uses it, finally, but it might be too late, Neo.
I mean, I see a lot of Torrent, and they can't die, and I still see a bit of mana, and I still see a heal scroll, and I see the double Gs. Our, one of the big favorites is prevailing, makes it look somewhat easy, I want to say, styling on his opponent with Torrent at the end. He brought Fortitude to a full best of 5, and then, of course, it is a Hercules task for Hawk, who has another shot in the lower bracket.
Yeah, nice try to Hawk. Played it till the very last unit, but just Starbuck playing too strong. He knows this matchup too well. He knows both sides of it, and he shows exactly how to beat the Mountain King here. Just avoid it as long as you can, get the second base up, and play the hero level advantage.
That's pretty much exactly what happened here. Hopefully Hawk can bounce back. He will be facing the loser of Dice and Jens afterwards, where hopefully he has a bit of a better shot and is coming in prepared. We will try to talk to Starbuck if he has a little bit of time for us. As Carson is preparing, I guess, the next veto already.
Yes, sir.
Starbuck, join us if you feel like it.
Yeah, we'll see if he wants to talk. Let's see who will
Usually,
talk
usually he always has something to say.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if not.
And he's streaming right now, so.
And he's streaming right now. Boom, collab. Bucky, congrats, mate.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, the fuck?
Oh,
there we go.
Hello, hello guys.
Yo,
hey, yo,
what's up, dude? That looked almost like a walk in the park. Are you satisfied with yourself?
Oh yeah, I think I played very clean. I'm happy and satisfied. Yeah.
Carson?
Yeah, pretty easy. Did you expect Mountain King game 2 with that grunt opener on Hammerfall? It seemed like you were playing around the Mountain King without ever actually scouting it.
No, it's just my creep route on Hammerfall is, so I was expecting him to creep the camp for level 1.9, the Makrura. So if he's not doing the gold mine, when I go there, I just creep level 2 myself, and then I scout what's going on. Because I'm totally happy with level 2 Farseer against level 2 Archmage on that map. I did see the replays. Sometimes he plays 2 farm on that map, like Archmage Rifle, sometimes MK. So when I saw MK, I just went continue creeping, and I knew exactly what the follow-up was with the Spiritling and so on.
Yeah, I saw you do that creep out on stream the other day against Fortitude. It seemed to work out pretty well. And on Tidehunters, what do you think about Lab first? Like, I think it's pretty terrible, and obviously you kind of abused it. Do you think from the human's perspective that's a good creep route if the orc just goes straight across?
No, I don't think it's good. I used to do it in the past, and 90% of the time I also get punished, and my early game just sucks. So especially on Tidehunters, you got so many green camps and stuff like this. There's so many better variety creep routes, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah. So now you're going to be playing the winner of this next match in the upper bracket semifinal. You're going to either be playing Dice or Jens. Who would you prefer to play?
Honestly, I don't care. It's same race. So in that matchup, I mostly just scout and see what's up, and then I react. So it really doesn't matter who my elf opponent is.
Alrighty.
Sounds good. Well, well played. Congrats.
Thank you.
And take care and have a good stream, buddy.
Yeah, thanks. You too, guys. See ya.
Cheers.
Quick little word from Starbuck. He sounded like he's in a little bit of a rush, don't you think? Like, also the games looked a bit like that.
Not a bad problem to have. I suppose.
By the way, Carson, you promised the world to ask about Pally Rifle, and the first interview you do, what do you forget to ask about?
We know what Starbuck thinks about Pally Rifle. I'm waiting for Happy to ask him about Pally Rifles. Okay, I'm waiting for Happy.
Well, first you gotta ask Night Elf. It's gonna be Dice or Jens. Dice, I haven't seen him too much, to be honest, in the past. He doesn't play our weekly cups anymore, I guess. When was the last time we saw Dice? I think it was a no, was it? Where was it? Round of 16 TPL, WL or something? No, well, I'm not too sure. But there
maybe,
was a
maybe monthly finals as well or something like that. But it's been a while for me too.
Yeah, didn't do the craziest prep on Dice, to be honest. But in the qualifiers, he looked like an absolute beast. Oh, it was the Bat Boom qualifier, I think. Yeah, the Bat Boom qualifier it was.
Okay.
Where he got a little schooled, but I mean, he was up against Fortitude and 120, so that was also really rough. So it wasn't on that level. Usually at RARALAN, he performs really well. 2 top 4 performances in a row. So maybe that can fuel him a little bit. He defeated Kraft 2-0. He defeated Pato 3-0. So that should maybe be a sign that Dice is our favorite here in this upcoming match.
Yeah, I would think so. Jens, I still don't have a good read on him at all times. I don't know how consistent he is. I don't know who he's the favorite against. I seem to always think of him as a top player, but I can't think of many results where he has proven to be a top player. I just know from like the eye test that he's very, very strong, but obviously Dice is way more seasoned at this point. So yeah, he would be the favorite between these two.
All right. The good thing for Jens, I guess, is that he was in the group with Kaho and Moon today for B Cup, and he looked really, really, really strong. This guy, he's been playing tournaments for like 7 hours today, started 7 hours ago at least, and he had an amazing performance there, especially versus Shao Kai. 66-minute match on Twisted. I recommend you all to watch that. It was outstanding. In the Night of Mirror against Kaho, he left with a 0-4 result, but especially the first series was really, really, really good. And if you can hang with Kaho, and if you can force Colorful to a 2-3 result at War 3 Champions Finals, then you definitely have a shot against Dice as well.
Yeah, Kaho and Colorful, obviously, objectively the best Night Elf players in the world right now. If you can go toe-to-toe with them in this matchup, then you can go toe-to-toe with anybody. And we do have the maps that will be starting on Concealed Hill. Dice's loser pick is Northern Isles, and Jens's loser pick is Tidehunters. So that will be the 3 maps for this best of 3. The only question I have in my mind, Neil, is Potom or no Potom. It's just like Mountain King is the correct strategy in Human vs. Orc. The correct strategy in Night Elf Mirror is to play Potom every single time on every single map.
What if I tell you that Jens is usually playing Keeper?
True. Yeah, that's pretty good against it's supposed to be pretty good against Priestess. I don't actually know how, like, is it 45 is it 60-40 when you end up with Keeper against Potom, but it's supposed to be on paper good. I just really don't know how it actually plays out. But yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah, I've seen, like, I think this is the day with the most variety in Night Elf Mirror that I've had the entire year. I've seen Pit Lord level 7 as a second hero for Jens. I have seen Fire Lords that disable a Demon Hunter with Soulburn. I've seen everything today. So hopefully we can carry on. Dice usually not a player that likes to go bears either. So yeah, I like, if you're bored of Bear Mirror, this is not the Night Elf Mirror to expect Bear Mirror.
No, yeah, definitely not. And if we go maps like, where could we see it? Like Northern Isles, Dice's loser pick, we could see Fast Expansion, for instance. Demon Hunter Fast X was very, very common on maps like Hammerfall as well, which won't be in this map pool. But and of course, Tidehunters, which is Jens's loser pick, is a very great keeper map in many situations. So we could see that. We could see definitely tons of variety. And honestly, I'm a pretty big fan of just stalematey Bear Mirror. I'm a weirdo like that. I kind of like watching 2 players struggle to find advantages sitting in their bases.
So you can talk about your music and plug your band.
Exactly, yeah.
I know you, mate. I know you. All right.
US East plus EQ. Okay. Good then. Like, my guess was correct.
That should be working. Jens has been playing on 150. That worked. Okay, good. Fine. Nice. Then we're ready to go with the second best of 3. This, of course,
we're
decides...
flying through this today, Neo. Starbuck is really accelerating the schedule here.
Well, that was to be expected to a degree, I think. Best of 3 usually doesn't take that long, but then we have some time to talk to the people. That is always nice little filler content. And then let's have a series like we had by Jens before. He's a marathon man of the day, and I'm here for it. We are here for it. It is Concealed Hill, usually a Potom and Rush map. I wonder if these two players are playing the same way here, and who's the rusher and who's going to be the defender. So many questions, Carson. Let's answer them.
Are you rushing or are you dragging, Neo?
I'm certainly dragging people in my environment down.
Yeah, you're telling me. Anywho.
Yep.
Yeah, it could definitely be Priestess. I think maps with heal fountains tend to be good for Priestess because it is a battle of the Moonwells a lot of the time. When you end up with Priestess against Demon Hunter, it's all about can you get rid of their Moonwells while still being able to heal up one final time before all-inning with your Moonwells. So heal fountains, good to sort of switch up the balance of things in that way. But we'll soon see what the strategy is going to be for both players.
Okay, is it the Jens patented keeper? No, he's the Potom player here. And Dice going Demon Hunter. I'm super curious if Dice saw the series of Jens this morning and got a lesson from that. I guess both are very active on the Night Elf Discord, so they should know each other, not really inside out, but they should know what the other guy is doing. So is Demon Hunter the counter to Potom, or is Potom the counter to Demon Hunter?
Potom is absolutely the best strategy in this matchup, Neo. 100% is. Every Night Elf mirror should be Priestess versus Priestess. I don't understand why it isn't. But maybe Dice will show me why it isn't. Claws of Attack, of course, is what you're looking for. I forgot how much damage Searing Arrow did. I looked it up yesterday on stream. Level 3 Searing Arrow does 48 damage?
Yes, it's half a coil.
It's insane. It's insane. It does 12, 24, 48 damage. It's so good. I don't even think going the ultimate is worth it anymore. I think you go level 3 Searing Arrow.
Dude, have you seen the new Starfall? It's way more explosive now.
Oh, does it actually do more damage? I didn't realize that was buffed as well.
I think it does more damage it does the same damage, but in a way shorter period of time.
A player's forces are
so it is more explosive. Nice. And yeah, I've seen it in FFA quite a few times, and it's a beauty, man. It's a beauty. And I got an indicator that Dice did indeed see Jens' series this morning, because this is the exact Ancient of War position that he played earlier versus Kao, I think it was. And this should tell Dice that it's rather an expansion than an all-in Potom play.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, this is a cool way to play Priestess, because obviously your opponent kind of has to prepare for the all-in. They have to take those precautions in case you do build APs, in case you do have Mass Huntresses in their base. And then it makes you, the Priestess player, able to get an expansion up because your opponent is being more defensive. So if he does go for that, I definitely approve.
This is level 2 already with an archer kill. Respectable. I like what I see. And yeah, it is an absurd amount of damage. Demon Hunter also 50%. Not using Immolation at the moment to keep mana high. Is that the state of the game, how you want it to be of your Dice?
Definitely don't want to lose that archer, but other than that, he's fine, I suppose. But the issue with the fountains is the Demon Hunter is not allowed to heal at the fountains. It is illegal for him to be at the fountains, whereas the Priestess and the Huntresses and the Archer, you just Shadow Meld, and there is no counter to it. You can't wake up the creeps, you can't do anything but attack, and if you attack, well, you're being healed by the fountain, so who cares? So this is a big advantage for the Priestess compared to the Demon Hunter, which Jens takes full advantage of.
Wait, how did the crab end up with Bloodlust and Inner Fire?
Just ran into the shop.
Yeah, okay, yeah, maybe they should team up. It was the Ogre Magi at the High Priest. Rare sight, powerful crab. Not as powerful as the Makrura, of course, but apart from that, looking good. Dice blocking the entrance here. Demon Hunter as Vanguard, but Hunters are able to connect.
Yeah, this is a lot of Moonwells being used. One Huntress gets out. Oh, Autumn is taking a bit more damage than she bargained for there, but the Moonwells are being drained fully. One Huntress might be going down, and it does fall. That's a huge kill, but 2 Archers die in the meantime. There are Wisps here, but there will be no Ancient Protectors. And
yeah,
now Jens has to back away, but Demon Hunter's still getting some auto attacks in.
Don't think it's the time to go for APs. Moon was the one this morning. Go for an AP push versus Kaho, and that worked really, really well. Huntress against 3 Archers. But Shadow Melt don't want to take that 3 versus 1 fight. But Jens is truly abusing this fountain, man. It is so good right now for him.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, Moonwell's tip-top shape back at home for Jens. And again, Demon Hunter, it is illegal for him to go to the fountain. There's no loitering allowed there. He has to use his Moonwells, unless for Archers. But of course, if the Archers go too far out on the map, Dust and Huntresses will kill them. Panda second for Dice, who is trying to chase these Wisps around. And he will actually get all the kills. But is Jens going to commit to the all-in? It seems so far like he is going for that sort of a play.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a setback for Jens, of course. The AP's not really working out. I feel like Dice's fortifications are getting better and better, but #1 goal for Jens probably at the moment, just drain Moon Juice for as long as you can and as much as you can, and then when it's daytime, then I'm gonna hit.
Okay, detonates the haze. I like that. He should have waited for the next haze probably, because that one was about to wear out. But Dust uses haze again. Priestess might actually town portal out of here. I don't think Jens should try to stick around. That Huntress Shadow Melt, very, very low, but there is a reveal available. And 1 hunt will go down. This is the 2nd hunt to be killed. Town portal out, and now the Moonwells that Jens has been saving up for so long, he can finally use before pushing. Does he want to go to the fountain for a second longer before it is daytime?
Another evacuation of Wisps, and finally Dice is willing to push out a little bit, and Jens said, oh, this doesn't really work the way I wanted it to. Let's switch the strategy and go for attack.
Yeah, very interesting. And now he'll be able to creep level 3 with the Ancient of War. That was at his expansion. And Dice will be able to creep level 3 Panda, but he'll have to go tier 3, I think, eventually. Because he's going to be up against probably an expansion and a whole lot of Dryads. And for him, he's going to want some Bears, I would imagine, because that Panda's not going to be very effective versus Dryads once you eventually hit tier 2.
True, can always help when it's about eliminating buildings with that Breath of Fire, but apart from that, units aren't hittable really. He'll scroll on the side of Dice, even though he's the one with the Panda. Creeping is definitely doable, but these rock golems, they don't get drunk, so you can't influence them with Drunken Haze. It's a bit of a problem right now, looking at the Panda. And Dice, if you're getting caught here... Oh, he is getting caught there.
Panda is in position to haze, but he kind of just runs into the whole army. At least he gets his archers out of there. Panda needs to make it to the Moonwells and gets blocked a little bit. Levels up. It still is just going to die. Sirigero does a ton of damage. He could commit to this Panda and kill it still. And he does. That Panda was drunk himself.
He was indeed. And now so much bouncing glaive damage in a moment where this is supposed to be a weak moment for Jens. No, he just invested into attack, didn't pay off. He just invested into an expansion, didn't pay off. And he converts it into a situation where he gets a hero kill and is preventing Dice from creeping. But at what cost is the question? There's no TP.
Maybe a little bit of an overcommitment from Jens. He kills the Panda and then he commits him with everything. He's now going to lose every hunt. Yes, he did trade decently. There's only a couple of units left, but there's enough units left for Dice to still creep, and that's very important. Jens is tier 2. His expansion is not cancelable any longer, but he has absolutely no units right now.
He is at 13 supply. This is not the first time I've seen him at 13 supply today. Last time I saw him at 13 supply, he killed his level 9.5 Demon Hunter.
Oh, well,
himself.
that's a pretty strong hero.
Yeah, it is not looking that great. Lumber is also not amazing. But yeah, Dice waiting for the Panda. It's only back now. Wonder if he wants to push with a suboptimal Panda on only level 2. Jens, I mean, I hope he's a good Dota player, because the Portum is all he got at the moment.
He's trying to kill some wisps. Obviously, he can nearly two-shot wisps with Searing Arrow. That's quite a bit of damage. But not able to get anything done here. Priestess staffs out. But soon there will be lures up for Mass Dryads. And again, I don't care how high the Panda gets. He's not going to be good in fights against Mass Dryads. As you mentioned, he will be good against buildings and against wisps.
And the Dryads still take some time. 18 food. This is like literally not a single unit. Bottom level 4, of course, does a lot of damage herself. Jens needs time. And if we know something about Jens, then he is an absolute survival artist. In the most dire situations, he finds the way out. But, like, again, I ask, where's the hope, Carson?
Oh, he's trying to get a Shredder. He's going to need to get both a Shredder and a Zeppelin right now. The expansion is finally being saturated. It is only now mined a little bit of gold. And the Panda goes into the main, and this is not a winnable game. The Panda is going to kill every single Moonwell, and it's just a Shredder and a Potom.
Sometimes Warcraft can look so easy. Dice controlled everything really well. Not flawless, I gotta say. Couple of archers falling, but always trading, always causing trouble, always causing expenses. Potom moving from the right-hand side to the left-hand side, getting in close proximity to the Demon Hunter, maybe a little too close. And as you said, Panda, Archers, Dryads. Not the craziest base race combo, but it's enough.
All the Moonwell's dead, and supply block again is still trying. He's got 2 base economy. He's got the Shredder working, but he's not going to try any longer. GG. 1-0 for Dice, and Potom. Boy, was I wrong. Is not the correct strategy there.
Yeah, Carson. What was that? God damn it. I praise you for being right many, many times when you talk about Warcraft, and then you sit here 15 minutes, talk about nothing but how good the Potom is, and then I see this.
Yeah, apparently, I think you run it back as Jens. I think you do it again. You do it again. Actually, but it's Tidehunter, so he'll probably go Keeper.
Yeah, I guess early game was a bit too expensive, and Dice defended it well, realizing very early on what the plan is and playing a very defensive game. Then the Panda should have gotten him a bit of hope, I think, but he overcommit. No TP. Maybe he forgot that there was no TP. Not really sure how that worked. But sending all the hunts into the base, losing all of them, was maybe not the best call.
Yeah, by the time he was teching, that was already sort of desperation mode for Jens. He was teching and trying to switch up the strategy. He did want to go for the all-in, but he messed it up. So just to get the Panda and just to get those unit kills, he was already like, oh my god, but then he overcommitted. If he kept the hunts alive and played a little bit more lame, I think maybe buying a Zeppelin or something like that, maybe starting to buy some sappers, making some space for himself with the remaining units he had left over from tier 1, that I think is how he could have played that game out. But Dice was ahead from the initial hold already, so
let's see if Jens can turn this around. It is his 6th Night Elf Mirror map today. There is a chance he goes 0-6.
Tough. It'll be a tough day. But you know what? If he goes out playing Potom, who cares?
I think this is what you get when you listen to Carson. And I think, Jens, you know better. You showed us the way of playing Keeper in a mirror match, and it looks fantastic. And you can buy so much space for yourself. So show us how it's done, and bless us with some Keeper first.
Let's see it. If ever he was going to do it on a map, I believe it would be on this map. Obviously, it's a bit weird against Demon Hunter, but you can make it playable by going Pit Lord 2nd and going high-level Thorns Aura, Bear versus Bear. But, oh boy, can it struggle if the Demon Hunter just man burns you for the entire game. We'll see. We're about to see right now. Demon Hunter.
Alrighty, Demon Hunter Mirror. This is not what I expected, and this is not what I wanted. I am massively disappointed.
But on the plus side, we could see a 40-minute bear stalemate with Zeppelins and both players sitting in their base on 50 supply.
Well, then we got
Neil?
some time to talk.
That's true. That's true. Well, we'll turn into podcast mode.
Yeah, I mean, you can talk about your band, the horror movies that you're watching. It's everything. It's like every weekly cup.
Hereditary, very good movie. Watched it for the first time a couple days ago.
It's kind of cool that you have this Halloween season and watch the scary movies. I like that.
Quite like it indeed. And a scary movie for every Warcraft player is, of course, the Michael Myers of Heroes. It is the Demon Hunter. Absolutely terrifying for anyone that isn't playing the Demon Hunter themselves.
What a great movie, what a great theme. What a great hero it is as well. Both with damage items. I think everybody wants a ring, and I wonder if we're in that stage of the meta where you meet up at the marketplace and just fight over a ring of protection to make him even stronger.
Honestly, not a bad call. I think going to the marketplace and looking for a ring early on, especially because there's going to be so many tier 2 permanent item spawns because they've already kept 4 camps that drop those, and of course marketplace mimics the level and item type that has already been crept. So if they go to the market now, there's 4 chances for a ring of protection to be there already.
Well, Dice has that ring. On the other side, Jens is countering that with more damage. Second Claw, also not bad, is always a little creep speed, while taking less damage is resulting in less moon juice that you have to use. So all the items here have their ups and downs. But apart from that and the looting that's happening on the map, both tech, both play standard.
Yeah, nothing too crazy going on so far. Wisps are scouting to make sure there's no fast tree of life. Of course, the scout did go down for Jens, but he still scouted the important things. There's both creeping the same camps, but Dice is just a little bit faster so far. Dice will be the first to get level 3, but inevitably they both will be level 3.
And then on tier 2, we will of course see if we go mass archers. As indicators for that, we can count archer numbers. We got 4 on each side. If it crosses the magic mark of 5, we can assume that one of them will be going range. And Dice is continuing with the production while we see an expansion on Jens' side.
Yeah, but Dice actually, I don't know if he sees it with this Wisp. It's hard to tell. We don't know what his vision is. If he brings it to maybe a different tree, he would see this, but he does have that Wisp at the lab, so just assume that he knows about it. And Ancient of Wonders in the center, that is another indicator for a potential all-in maybe from Dice's side. Aggro Ancient of Wonders, slightly aggro.
I like it. He's gonna go for a Naga with that push, I assume. And Jens is getting caught in the middle of the map. The Scout Wisp by Dice was pretty much perfect. Got it confirmed that there is a tree running. And Jens, as great as he looked this morning, Dice is pretty dominant here in this best of 3.
Oh, and the tree. The Demon Hunter cannot defend the tree. He gets some mana burns off, but yeah, that's a cancel. He should just cancel it now. He's losing more and more resources. And honestly, yeah, he waited till last second to cancel it. If he just canceled it right away, this is a totally fine position because the tech is still even, but he lost a lot of resources there. Hasn't really translated into much, though, for Dice. He's under-leveled a little bit, and they have the same resources currently, it seems.
Supply also pretty even. Got a ring on Jens as well. Hunter's Hall is coming, and that might turn into a little bit of a problem for Dice. As Dryads are coming, Talons can't attack them, you can't Cyclone them up, so the weight of dealing damage is on the Archers and of course Demon Hunter, but Archers are very fragile, so it's not a one situation for Dice at the moment.
No, absolutely not, and Jens is going to be aggressive, but he'll be a little bit slower yet again than Dice, who's already in his base, Ancient of War being focused down. Dice has rooted his Ancient of War. And actually, Wind might get canceled. There are no lures to be canceled currently. So Dice actually might have to be the first one to Town Portal back, I would think.
Again aggression. That is a lovely snipe by Jens. No talents for the time being. On the other side, there's of course lures coming up, but he built them a little proxy. Dice can't reach, and you are 100% correct. Going for the Naga now on Jens' side. Town portal out. Shouldn't be enough damage to kill the Naga, but that's a lot of moon juice drain.
Yeah, that was 2 mana burns straight to the face, and half the moon juice is gone now. And that would have been funny to see an Archer base race. I was hoping we would see that, but didn't quite get there. Dice just had a town portal, didn't he?
Ruining it all again. God damn it.
Yep.
We got new mana burns, and mana is indeed an issue for Dice. I guess the shop is also not that accessible. And we continue to brawl over the Makrura.
Best creep in the whole game will go to Dice, and we'll get Crystal Ball, which is decent. In a game like this, information is king, and he'll be able to reveal, see if it's another expansion, maybe, which he does. He does right now. He reveals right next to his wisp.
I didn't want to point it out to not be too critical, but I thought the same. It's like maybe he feels like he needs the lumber, you know?
Yeah, true. Doesn't want to move that wisp at all. That wisp is staying there for the rest of the game. Okay,
Jens is getting some
Jens,
levels in.
yeah, he did get that lore up, I was just going to say, which I guess he built well. Dice was in his base, which is quite nice. At least he didn't have to cut production entirely.
Yeah, that's when I said he's building his lore proxy. It's really good.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Well pointed out. I'm sure the chat really appreciated that.
Yes, of course, they always do, because they're always listening, just like you do. But yeah, production-wise, this is a little bit of an advantage, and he has the crowd control advantage there as well, with Dryad Poison on top of the Naga Frost Arrow. But Dice is ahead in Naga levels, so eventually it all evens out at the moment.
Now up to 3 is now done. Snags an orb. No staff. Oh, no, there's a staff on the Naga. Okay. And Bone Chimes. That's quite a nice find for the Demon Hunter once he does get theirs, but it's still a ways away. About, what, 90 seconds before he'll actually have a bear in bear form on the map. But right now, Dice isn't choosing to be aggressive just yet. I'm surprised that Dice hasn't gone for an expansion himself. Typically, the Talon player will go for an expo with this play.
Yeah, might also need that, but priority should be Master Upgrade. Looking for a big camp here, steals that red away, and as good as Bone Chimes are, heal wards could also be tremendous. Doesn't find them, gets the Ankh, which is maybe even getting sold immediately. But he's in a position to strike if he figures out that Jens is going for the turtle now. Oh, position given away.
That was quick creeping, though, from Dice. He easily gets it. And the Ankh is nice as well. Bears will settle for a green camp, of course. Jens is still waiting for Master Training, so he doesn't want to fight just yet, but it's just around the corner. Jens seems to be stronger right now. Master Talons are soon to be done, but this is a lot more Archers than it is Talons, and Archers countered by Bears, and Talons are the counter to Bears, so we want to change that balance a little bit for Dice.
KKK. Ooh, slippers on the demon as well. And yeah, takes that next consumable away. Are we getting... what do we get? Rune braces. Man, the one finds Bone Chimes, the other's rune braces. That is impossible to trade up. But what's the item? Scroll of the Beast. Okay, then it evens out again. Ooh, Mountain Giant transition by Jens.
Ooh, I like that. Of course, it's excellent against Talons. And it's going to take a little bit of time, but currently they're both at 50 supply. Jens, by the way, just want to point out, 420 APM Jens plays at.
Damn!
He's a fast boy.
And one has to wonder what's higher, his APM or his ping playing from Chile. But APM should suffice. Are you using the Blizzard overlay?
Yes, I am. Yes,
damn!
I am.
Sapper! Boom!
Double Moonwell.
Yep, and that
there goes your Mountain
renders...
Giants.
Oh man, that is so unfortunate. He needed these Moonwells to get up to like 64 food and get an edge in this fight. But now the magic immune units are not coming. Did he queue them? Oh, it doesn't work anyway, right? Oh damn. That was a perfect timing by Dice to go for the snipe.
Yeah, very, very nice. The upgrades are done, but what do the upgrades do? He's trying to rebuild some Moonwells, but he's losing the remaining Moonwells he has, and if he loses the shop... wait, am I right in saying this? He can't build Mountain Giants if he loses the shop.
Yes.
I think that's correct. I don't remember that. Okay, good.
That
Thank
is
you.
correct. Wisps are in, more and more and more Cyclone, no anti-magic, and of course no big number of bears, so that the Vamp Aura is a game-winning item at the moment. Naga for Jens in trouble. Ooh, no staff. The staff was on the Naga, dies with the hero kill. Looking tremendous here for the young Night Elf player. Top 4 Rara is not enough. He wants to go far in DWCC as well, and it's definitely his game to lose at this point.
Demon Hunter didn't even make to the shop to get an anti-magic potion, so if he played that whole fight in the air, that was the way back. That Wisp will finally be cleaned up at the lab, but it's done its job, especially with that Sapper hire. And Jens is finally not supply blocked. Is he even building a Mountain Giant? No, he's building Dryads. There's a world in which Jens holds, but he's taken so much damage still.
Yeah, I mean, the supply is clearly in favor of Jens at the moment, but this will change soon, I feel. Dice was slacking with production a little bit. Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter fights. Talents are falling rather quickly. One more potion. Dude, these talents are so dramatic when they die. But yeah, Jens and the Dryads, man, they are getting a couple of pickups here.
Yeah, Night Elf reinforcements, pretty good. Bears and Dryads are very, very effective when they first come out of those lures. And now it's just 3 heroes. And, 3 heroes, much better than 1. Naga, luckily for Jens, is almost back out. And what are the Moonwells like? They're popped out completely for Dice. So he's going to be able to heal up his heroes, no problem.
What a wild fight this is, man. How many units died here? Like 20? All of them so fragile. All of them die very quickly. And due to the nature of the location of the 2 players, we play on a relatively high ping, which doesn't make that all easier. Sweet little crow form save by Dice. Feels like Dice is properly warming up now.
Demon Hunter is going back home. Shop rebuilt. Naga is back. Okay, Jens in a position to try to mount a comeback. He's trying to expand right now, which is maybe a little bit sneaky. Oh, no, there's a Wisp right there. Never mind. Not sneaky at all. There's just a Wisp everywhere for Dice. He's always got the vision. He's
very good
in the
eyes.
center.
Exactly. Finally the first Mountain Giant, my dude. We got a dono.
Pretty good. It's a good unit.
We got a €2 dono. €2 for hearing Carson saying my name. Gotta look that up and say that name. Because we do apparently everything people do for €2. You can't?
No, I can't see donations. They don't show up for me.
Oh, damn. It's Knusperhoden.
Oh, Knusperhoden. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I actually, even though you said it for me, I do know how to pronounce that. I've said his name in the chat.
Nice, 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 nice. Thank you, Knuspy. Appreciate it. We get fairies in. Nice little counter to Dryads with the right numbers. We don't see this transition too often. I really like Dice answering with this unit. Very, very hard to nuke. Oh, Jens and the Naga. Not a love story today.
Oh.
Trying to turn around with the Demon Hunter. Ruthless. Tearing her apart again.
Still a Mountain Giant on the ground. Would love to see him pick up a tree and then maybe do some more damage to the talents. It'd be cool if when he picked up a tree, you could attack air units. Now that would be a rad buff. Detonate on the potion for the Demon Hunter. Has to hightail it out of there. 38 versus 45. The expansion, I believe it was scouted, even though there's no Ultra Vision, so he might have actually not seen it with that Wisp. It's now finished. Can Jens hold the Expo without his second hero?
Oh, that's rough. 70 seconds. Is a heal scroll really worth more than a Naga back on the field? And what kind of punch does Dice have? He got tickle damage fairies. He got 3 heroes. Alright, but it's not like that he has Mountain Giants with a tree or siege bears or anything. So taking down buildings will take some time.
Oh, that Moonwell is 300 juice. You're letting nearly a greater heal go down if you let that with us. That Moonwell. Dryad's in a good position. Where the hell is the Mountain Giant right now? I don't see it. The Bear is doing pretty good in its absence. Fairy Dragons focusing on the Dryads, of course, and there's so much damage from these heroes. This is triple orb, double orb at least, which is good enough.
Whew,
Where's
the other
Giant?
units were quite frail, I gotta say. The
Where is it?
Mountain Giant.
Oh,
there it is.
Why is it there?
He was looking for a tree, I guess.
Oh man,
It's safe there.
he was the chosen one. He was the chosen one, and he's just sitting there with a tree in his hand.
I mean, it's only
Like
a
me on
7 supply
Sunday
unit.
night.
A player's forces are
It's a
under
7
attack.
supply unit. You can't forget about that.
I'm not at church on a Sunday, that's for sure. Let me tell you how much, Neil.
Demon Hunter is surrounded. I think Jens will indeed go down 0-6 in Night of Mirror today, losing so much HP. And Dice, his rise during DreamHack, where the end was oftentimes the top 4. Here, the start is the top 4. Aiming for the 3rd Naga kill, and that is maybe a bit too much. Knowing that Jens likes to drag out games and try to survive and hold on. But, this is a mission impossible here.
If he had that mountain giant, maybe, but it's just, does he not remember he had a mountain giant? I'm getting pissed off right now, Neil.
We're all getting old, Carson. I
I'm
mean,
gonna write an
you're a
angry
little
letter.
younger than the average in the scene, but come to my age, my dude, and forgetting things is becoming the norm.
Okay, he didn't forget it forever, though, at least. Now he remembers. And the expansion's still mining. Almost fully. And Jens is, you mentioned it earlier, he's a comeback player. But is this too much? This is too much. The triple orb as well eventually will be very good against the Mountain Giants.
Comeback Kid, great band, but is Jens vibing to that tune here today? Repair for free on the cost of maybe some Wisp HP. And now, the force of a Mountain Giant. He was waiting the entire game long for this very moment.
Very good. It's got a tree in hand. And it's hitting the Grand Slam right now. It's doing quite a bit of damage. The Shredder's also there. Could be good against the heroes. But Demon Hunter, it's always the heroes that are struggling for Jens. It's not necessarily the units unless your name is a Dryad. It's still there. Shredder finally falls. And that Mountain Giant that was forgotten is now the Mountain Giant that is the only thing left.
Yeah, I mean, at least that way he can't forget about it.
Yeah, true. I would have liked to see maybe more Mountain Giants. 3, 4, 5. He had the time.
We're going bears now. It's this weird interaction of Night Elves where they're facing mass air and build units that can only attack ground. But it does make sense if you base all your success on the Demon Hunter. And there might be a chance here. There is a TP, but the heroes for Dice are all low. If the Demon Hunter gets a bit of damage in, then maybe he can hold. But in the meantime, Dice also has a counter expansion right hand side.
Yeah, he's been mining for quite a while on that bad boy, and Jens has been struggling with this expansion the whole time. Aggro shop, and Naga's back, but is Naga just dead again? The heroes do so much when they focus all together. Jens still fighting, but against this amount of fairy dragons, what is the counter to that? I guess just orb. That's all you can hope for. Naga's taking a decent amount of damage. Maybe a counter kill on a hero.
It would be so good to take the control away, but then there's also Cyclone, Cyclone, Cyclone. Surround now. Staff on the Naga, but when you move in the Naga, she probably dies. What kind of grudge does Dice hold against this Naga? We will maybe find out in the winner's interview, as Dice is moving on. 2-0, 2 clean matches, and that means tomorrow we get the 2 favorites, Dice and Starbuck, clashing against each other.
Dice and Starbuck, that should be a excellent game. Dice maybe fighting to take up that mantle of number 2 player in Europe yet again.
It's been some time, eh? It's been...
Yeah.
When was that actually? Maybe... Rara 2?
Yeah, something around there.
but
Post Foggy, pre-Starbuck.
Yeah, true. Maybe around about that. I don't know. But Dice is looking Dice is looking hot, I gotta say. There weren't too many mistakes there. Maybe Jens a bit overplayed as he had to play 2 tournaments and had to get up at like 7 a.m. He can still cause some trouble in the lower bracket where he'll be facing Hawk tomorrow. No, is it tomorrow? I think it's tomorrow. And this is not too bad.
Not too bad at all. Pretty well played, and sometimes not the easiest matchup to get a good read on, especially a player like Jens. But he seemed to be in full control the whole time. Easy peasy, really. Easy peasy.
True that. Let's see if Dice wants to join us. Join us for a quick call. He said already his camera is not working. Let's see if his headset is working then.
Don't know if I've ever heard Dice speak.
Yeah, you weren't at Rara. You didn't meet him because other stuff was always more important to you.
Not today. Not today, Neo. Next week, maybe, but not today. No, next week.
What do you mean next week, maybe?
The week after that, I will be in Toronto. But next weekend, I'll be here as well.
Toronto. What?
Toronto. Europeans say Toronto, and Canadians say Toronto.
Okay. Well, let's not talk about Toronto anymore, but let's talk to Dice.
Yes,
GG, my dude. That looked very one-sided from our perspective. Did it feel the way you imagined it to be?
Not really, but I think Jens is kind of tired for today because he had like so many like crazy games the day before. Yeah, maybe this is the reason why it looked to you like one-sided, but not to me. Of course, it's always hard to play against players like Jens. Yeah, he's a really good player.
Indeed.
Are you guys normally 50-50 when you play? Do you normally go back and forth, or are you normally favored against Jens? I haven't seen you guys actually play a ton.
Well, of course, in my head, I feel myself stronger, but you don't need to underestimate your opponents, like never. So I try to not think about the chances.
Yeah, for sure. You never play Priest of the Moon, from what I can see. Do you think Potom is not good in Night Elf Mirror, or do you just prefer Demon Hunter?
I played a lot of games with Potom before, but I think nowadays the Potom is a very weak hero compared to Demon. So yeah, I think Demon just better in current patch.
Interesting. And that talent strategy in game 2, is there some particular reason you do that? Is that just to throw Jens off? Is it good on Tide Hunters? What situation do you think this talent strat is viable?
With this strategy, you can lead the game because you have really strong army at tier 2, so you can like make how game will be. And I think, yeah, I played some games against Elegant, and he likes to play with this like Talon, like push with archers with proxy shop, and then switch to Talons, or it might be even like all in on tier 2 with Ancient of Wars. So yeah, I noticed something from his games, and yeah, I played this.
Very cool. One last question from me, and then Neo, if you have everything. What do you think about Paladin rifles, Dice? What do you think about that strategy against Night Elf, or just as a human player in general? What do you think about it?
Well, this is really easy strategy to play regarding the micro, but of course the most important thing is the movement on the map. Yeah, and I do not appreciate this strategy against Night Elf unless you are pretty sure that you will play against Warden. Maybe against Warden, the Paladin rifle is kind of strong, yeah. But against DH, if you Night Elf who like at least played some games before, you have the advantage against this strategy, in my opinion.
Makes sense. Neo, anything from your side?
Yes, of course. We got the match tomorrow versus the Starbuck, so I want to know, what do you think your chances are?
Like I said, I don't think about chances, but let's see which strategy I'm gonna choose, because sometimes I can like choose the strategy, but it might not work because of some reasons, maybe lack of practice, maybe something else. I think like the current matchup is playable like human against Night Elf, so yeah, there is no. I will not say that this is like zero chance for me, so I'm fine.
Sounds good, mate. GG's and enjoy your evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, man.
Goodbye.
Damn, looking so good on the map. Is very excited for tomorrow, I gotta say. Dice versus Starbuck? That's fire.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Absolutely. And maybe we get to see Pally Rifles against Night Elf. Maybe he'll play Warden, and we'll get to see Starbuck do that. That could be fun.
Yeah. It would be fun for certain people. So we'll see about that. We have the heavy hitter of the scene coming up next. The big favorite in Happy against the winner of the second open qualifier in Sonik. It's gonna be wild. It might be one-sided, but whenever Sonik is involved, you know it's gonna be entertaining. He is the bad boy of Western Warcraft 3.
Thank you. Thank you. I think that's so funny. I love calling Sonic that.
He is the bad boy. He is a Wolverine, and we'll see what kind of chances he gets in the matchup. We throw you guys into a little bit of a break. You tell us what you think of the broadcast so far. And a little shout out to High Tune for the sponsorship of this. It is not too common that we get a Western qualifier for a Chinese event and that we get so much support with $1,600. So much love. And see you in 3 minutes, 30 seconds with the second part of the broadcast and Happy versus Sonik. Afterwards, the highlight of the day in Leon versus Foggy. Stay tuned. Oh, I didn't hit the button. I didn't hit the button. Now I hit the button. DWCC qualifier in the West. We're looking for 2 more players in the Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup. And 2 players won their matches already. There was Starbuck and Dice, and 2 more players will win their matches, and one of them is either Happy or Sonik.
Yes, and we know who the big favorite here is, but of course, you know, the bad boy can make miracles happen. We know when he gets out there, when he gets in his flow state with that Demon Hunter, he could do anything he wants, Neo. So we could see the biggest upset of this whole tournament right here, right now. If we can get into the game, because you have 10,000 ping to this server. Let's try a different one.
What the? I could.
Is the server normally bad for you?
Should be fine. Let me start to rejoin.
We could. Oh yeah, won't actually let me start right now, so we might. Is there another server that would work for these guys? Do you know?
I am not sure. This one.
Yes. They're gonna be mad at me. Don't yell at me. No Central 6. 4, okay.
All right. Well, well, well. Then, guess we're ready to go. Both say
All right,
go.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay.
I haven't been yelled at yet.
Happy versus Sonik is our best of 3. Happy coming in as the top seed, as one of the best players in the entire world, and obviously also the region.
Oh.
Was that me
That's the first
crashing,
time this
or?
happened. It said Sonic left the game. Or no, it said Happy left the game, sorry.
Okay, something was up then. Are we hosting
Same
1
game
or
name.
2?
Yeah, same game name.
Alrighty, be right there. Luke to the Skywalker with a tier 1 sub, 33 months. Please disperse my fear concerning Warcraft Direct. Much love as always. We'll be there. It's gonna be good. No need to be
When
afraid.
is that happening again? Is that on the 13th?
That is Wednesday, correct.
Wednesday. Oh, I'm very excited for that. I don't know why I should not be, but I am very excited for it.
It is. You want to co-stream with me?
Yeah, I could be there.
It is.
No 100% promises, but I could probably be there.
All right. It is 10 a.m. your time, I think.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good.
I have some issues starting my Warcraft.
All good. This had to happen once we started casting Happy, didn't it?
Yes, yes, yes. Of course, of course. It is waiting for Warcraft to initialize, it says. But
All right.
it's coming. I got it, I think. Hope for the best. Hope for the best. Hope for the best.
Go.
Forbidden.
Yep.
Thank you for the sub as well. When's the Back to Warcraft Team Trio versus Viewer Direct Strike happening? Yeah, Carsten, how's your Direct Strike environment?
I'm pretty good. I've played a few games. I sort of get it. I've played it enough to understand it. When I watch it, I know what's going on. I think it's pretty fun. I don't think I could play it for 500 games, but I do think it's a fun game.
All right, then we are ready now. Happy says go. Sonik has said go before. And we are moving on to Hammerfall.
We can do it right after this. Where's Remo? Get Remo on. We'll do it right. We'll do it right after this.
He's sick today.
Oh, that's too bad. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Continue your intro. My bad.
There we go. There we go. So we started it and everything seems to be fine now. Second half of the bracket. Happy as the big favorite going into the match against Sonik, where he found himself quite a few times before and always emerged victorious. But Sonik is always coming prepared, whether that's with a cosplay or with some crazy strats, a mad tavern hero, or just ultra aggression. He might be causing some trouble here, just as in the War 3 Champions Finals when he took a map off of Focus. I think this is exactly how it has to go. Just be as annoying as possible.
Yeah, that is definitely his style for sure, which is difficult. I do think it falls off the better of a player you play.
Carson? Carson, are you
Hello?
with me? Yeah, there you are. You
Hello?
were gone. You were gone.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, that's weird. Hello. That's strange. Oh, I didn't do anything. What I was saying was, I feel like the better of a player you become, the more Sonic style falls off because it relies on your opponent making mistakes. So against somebody like Happy, I think the Sonic style isn't as good as it might be versus somebody, even one ranking below Happy, and so on and so on and so on. But Sonic style is definitely very annoying.
Let's see what he can do. It is a Demon Hunter. It is the standard for now. And Happy, he has switched up his style quite a bit recently from this infamous 9-minute timing push to even a bit more expo heavy. The timing push is now reserved for 1-2-0. Happy will still, knowing him, he's not a fan of playing too late at a day. And it's, I think, 10:40 already over there in Moscow. So he'll probably try to end this game as soon as possible.
Yeah, and if he does do that timing push, it will probably be over in about 18 minutes for the best of 3. But we'll see. Sonic does a very unorthodox Ancient War positioning. Obviously, Happy is known for doing an early ghoul pull on this map in particular. So maybe Sonic just didn't want to mess with that at all. Happy didn't do the ghoul pull, but he did send an accolade. And he is aware that Sonic is doing a pretty small camp, which means that Happy doesn't go for a big camp himself. He goes for the safest creep that's, gets him a decent amount of experience, but he might otherwise go for, say, the shop first even, or like the expo first, if Sonic was doing a big camp. Immediate tree of life for the bad boy over here, Neo.
The bad boy wants some bad money. The Wisp was here, could have detonated, but he saw, okay, DK is already there now with the burn. Wisp trying to save a coil, but the bad boy with a detonate.
Trying to get rid of all that mana on the Death Knight, but so far not really landing. Happy is teching. Happy does have that acolyte, or rather a skeleton over there, but it doesn't see the Tree of Life. It's going to expire. The Demon Hunter just trying to make space for the Tree of Life. That's all Sonic is doing right now.
And so far, I think that works, but Happy has the timings down. He was pretty sure that there's an expansion coming up. Demon Hunter sees an opportunity, but in general, the surrounds today are not perfect.
Yeah, truly. And that's perfect for Sonic. Obviously, he wants to get close enough that Happy will go for the surround, because that will buy space for the expo, but not too close that he actually does get surrounded. That Archer just did it perfectly by accident as well. Like, Happy turned around for the Archer, and the Tree of Life, it's still getting canceled, isn't it? Like, at the end of the day, you just walk across the map and you cancel it. I don't know if there's any counter to this. The Tree of Life just doesn't seem to make sense when Happy does this, does it?
Tree of Life against Undead. It's an unfair fight, but yeah. Also, when archers run into creep camps, that's also not perfect. Didn't help Sonic here in this regard, but he's fighting. That is something he can do.
One last hit for Happy. And just getting closer and closer to level 3. Yeah, I really like this aggro ghoul pull that Happy does here. And he can continue this aggression because he's just setting himself up for a better timing. This, no doubt, will be the 9-minute timing, because why wouldn't you after this good of an early game, after this delayed of a tech from Sonic? I do wonder with Sonic's next play, if he would have gotten that Tree of Life up, what was his next play?
Probably also tech. This tech is now quite a bit delayed. The Moonwell is getting destroyed. Oh, late cancel as well. No pressure on Happy's base. There's also no immolation. This is, for a Sonic game, this is incredibly tame.
Definitely, yeah. He seems to... Sometimes you see him revert back to his old self, and some games you see him just play like, you wouldn't even be able to guess it was him from watching it, watching without the names. But, he is tamed a little bit, as we all do in our old age.
I mean, if you are 3 to 104 in series against someone, that kind of tames you, I guess.
Still confident with the Demon Hunter, though, going aggressive across the map. So far, not getting surrounded. I mean, really, the worst thing that's happened this game is the Tree of Life got canceled. That's it. Everything else has gone perfectly fine. No, sloppy Demon Hunter getting surrounded. No Archer losses that were unnecessary. So, not terrible. Not terrible for Sonic. Just the Tree of Life was terrible.
And I mean, Happy didn't kill much. It's not like every single Archer and 7 Wisps were like donated away as well. It's a level 2 DK, and that's not really that threatening.
And you know what, Sonic? The Hunter's Hall was perfectly on time, and his Ultra Vision is on time. Unfortunately, his tech was so late that this Ultra Vision won't actually get value. But generally, if you have a standard Tier 2 tech and you Ultra Vision immediately at Tier 2 and grab the Naga, you can play around that nighttime vision for about 30 seconds, which we've seen players like Kaho just win the game with a Naga Creepjack around this time in the game. But so, macro looking good, but his tech was just late because of the expansion.
Let's see how Happy's follow-up is. You said he's going for the timing. I don't know. Happy still likes to get a lot of gold, and from this position you can easily expand as well and then go for a delayed 80 food timing. Giving Sonic some time. You want to call him the bad boy. I tried to come up with the nickname the Lunatic, but then people told me that is mean and I should stop using it. They felt offended for Sonic. It was odd.
Oh, sorry. Now you disappear for a second. It was a little laggy. Can you hear me now?
I do hear you.
The thing that happened to me happened to you there. Okay. Hello. Yeah. But yeah, that is I don't think Sonic would take offense to that nickname.
No.
But some people might.
Yeah,
like my ex-wife. She might.
Ooh, that Demon Hunter almost didn't care anymore after being close to being killed. But Sonic, good conditions, good TP. And on the way to Tier 3 as well. All plans for an expo have been abandoned. By the way, is the bad boy also a mad boy and is playing one hero only?
Forces are under attack.
Interesting. Yeah, maybe didn't feel like he could get value out of the Naga. So he just chooses Pistol of Demon Hunter. Other than these couple of weird choices, the no second hero and that super fast expansion, this has just been a really good game from Sonic, all things considered. Like, his creeping's been good, his macro was good. The harass, for the most part, was pretty good there. But he just had to go for that expansion, didn't he? He just had to do it, and now Happy has all the space in the world to expand himself.
There you go. He loves his Tier 3 expansion these days. I don't know what it is between Happy and 120. It feels like they have an invisible pact that they can never play the same strategy.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But variety is spice of life or something like that. I don't know. My therapist tells me I should change things up sometimes, but I don't listen to that guy. He's crazy.
Yeah, good for you, man. It's just misleading. It's just bad influence that you pay money. Just listen to me and
I don't
Twitch
believe
chat.
those doctors, Neo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Listen to Twitch chat.
I do every day of my life. And Sonic, if he was listening to Twitch chat, they'd probably tell him, don't harass Happy. He's going to surround your Demon Hunter and kill it. But Sonic does not listen. He's going for that gold mine. He's going for gold. I don't think he'll be able to stop it.
He has an invo potion though. Not willing to commit it. Hey, that's a lot of damage. Not dodging.
A player's forces
Statue.
are under
Block.
attack.
Ooh, almost. Could mana burnt it, but he didn't go for that risky play. That's all the mana gone for Happy's heroes, which might give Sonic a little bit of space. But like, what's the follow-up play for Sonic? He doesn't have a second hero.
A Demon Hunter can get very, very strong on higher levels.
It's true. And Naga can be good on lower levels, so maybe creep Demon Hunter to level 5 and then pick up a level 1 Naga with just the cold arrow.
You know what also can be very good?
This could be, yeah.
3 claws
Hitler?
on a lich.
Yeah, that is quite strong. It's quite strong indeed, but not a ton of coils to save the lich. No damage, a little bit of glass cannon. This is a great timing for Sonic, I feel like, but the Archer's out of position, and there's not a ton of damage, it feels like.
Ooh, Archer's getting completely wrecked destroyers hard counted to bears. That Demon Hunter has to do a lot of heavy lifting, but I don't know if you win these Olympics, my friend. Sonik down to 30 on the back of an expansion by Happy. Lich down to 50%. Might need the potion. Got it. The burns were good, but Happy has a plan B after all these burns. Just goes for a mana potion. Got a surround locked in, finally. And yo, he's very good at fighting Night Elf units.
Yes, absolutely very, very good. And that is an easy peasy 1-0. And we will now go into Turtle Rock for map number 2. We'll see if Sonik can... I don't think play a little cleaner is the right thing to say. Maybe just play a better strategy. Because he did play quite clean.
I wonder... He probably had like plan A and plan B. On map 1, on the neutral map, let me play normal and see how far I can go. And then for map 2, I prepare something. Because it's my losers map. I can choose what to do and where to play. And let us have some fun with it. And I wonder what Sonik has been cooking up.
Yeah, this is a map we don't see too often. And it is a little bit different than it once was in the past, of course. No wards at the shops, no heal wards or heal thingies at the red camps on the back of the turtle. So it's a little bit different. There will be a different playstyle, but could we see something like fast expansion at the red camp? You know, I don't know. I don't know. There is a lot of wiggle room on this map, a lot of room to maneuver.
Yeah, I already questioned if we will see a Demon Hunter again. I was kind of low-key hoping for a Tavern hero, but looking at the early seconds of this map, it is an immediate hero. Sonik, for a long time, was known for Warden play. I get that coffee in, Carson. You need that energy.
Yes.
Yes. So, is it a Warden? Is it back to Wardencraft?
That could be fun. That could be fun. I don't know. I mean, Turtle Rock is a big map, lots of creeps, lots of experience to be gained, so Warden is good on maps like that. But the issue with Turtle Rock, unlike something maybe like Twisted Meadows, or unlike something maybe like the old Terranus Stand, is it doesn't have a lot of acceleration for the creeping, especially for Night Elf. Like, you creep this green camp, and then what do? You tank the orange, like the 2 ogres, with the Warden to try to get level 2, and then the Ancient War moves to the turtles with 1, and you have 1 archer. It's kind of tough. But I would have liked to see it, unfortunately. We'll be the Demon Hunter. For the bad boy.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Immolation creeping is also not too crazy here. We have just a Scout Acolyte, no Ghoul pulls. If it's just a Demon Hunter, I'm really curious why he chose this one.
And Sonik is the most common player to do the archer trick at the bottom turtles. Is that still possible on this version of Turtle Rock? Can you still do the Shadow Meld? Because Sonik does that pretty much every single game on this map from what I remember.
I haven't seen that in a long time, to be honest. But that's just because I don't see
playing Sonik on this map,
often.
just blind scout it. Just run at that camp the first nighttime if you play Sonik on this map. Do it, just AFK there, and he'll do it. Even if your whole army is sitting at that camp, he'll do it. But I don't know if it's still possible. They might have fixed it, which I don't see why. I don't think it was too broken, but it might not be in the map any longer.
Yeah, I kind of lost track over that as well, but I mean, even if he does it, Happy will figure it out. Get the last hit on the big turtle, steal the item, kill both archers. You know how it goes.
Yeah. That is how it goes. That is how it goes. But sometimes people don't scout it. Unfortunately, Happy is not one of those people. Demon Hunter goes across. And Happy, like, this map is weird for Night Elf to creep on because you don't want to tank too much with your Demon Hunter in general because of how Moonwells are. But for Undead, you want to go from camp to camp getting tons of items. That's at least how Happy plays. And, Turtle Rock is a great map to do that on. Just go from turtle to turtle, and then you can go get the claws from the corner. You can get level 3 without having to commit to too big of a creep camp when you're in the face of the Demon Hunter. So I think Happy's fine with this map pick.
I got a question here. Will Happy go for Cannibalize or not? He's been doing that in the past quite a bit, especially when you move towards the neighboring start position red spot. And I've been praising him a lot for that. It's never getting punished. It's so good. You can stay active on the map. I love everything about it. But he's not doing me that favor, is he?
Yeah, I think Cannonball is quite good. What, 30-second upgrade, 50 gold, free healing on ghouls. I think it's worth it. But there are some pretty precise things, I suppose, that Happy wants to do if he hits timings or if he goes for quick expansions. Maybe that 50 gold can make a difference for him. But for now, goes into the main base of Sonic yet again. And Sonic's Demon Hunter is in position, but the archers don't seem to be.
This base is classic Sonic style, wide open, so lots of surface area. Ghoul skeleton harassing wisps, DK ghouls harassing archers, trying to shadow melt, trying to flee. Sonic has to do like 5 things at once.
Ghoul going around the gold mine. Demon Hunter does have boots of speed, so we'll be able to get some kills. A nice defense so far from Sonic, I will say. Happy did not have dust, but he does cancel the Hunter's Hall, and a wisp will go down. How many ghouls were killed? Just one? Was that the only ghoul that died?
I guess so, but maybe another one. Boots are ready, as you said. But unfortunately for Sonic, Happy has the perfect position, is shaking that DK booty quite a bit. The H has to leave behind, has to stay behind, and with that, the ghoul is saved. Happy is a great caretaker.
Yeah, nicely done. Nicely done. But Sonic is going into the main. This could be 2 more ghoul kills, and so far Sonic, again, I want to say, he's playing pretty clean. The archer saves were great. He gets another ghoul, but now he's just going to get back home. Does he town portal back home?
Wait, he's retreating. Sonic is never retreating. Yeah, what the hell? Where's the dive? This is, as I said, a very tame Sonic. Gets another bull. Oh, Naga all of a sudden. DK fighting 2 against 1, really. This is a pretty sick play by Sonic, I gotta say. No TP by Happy, trying to counter this with a Naga by himself, but Sonic might get a kill. But no, the DK just walks it off, and all of a sudden the situation is turned around as a solo Naga kills Sonic's Naga.
Oh. Yeah, and boots of speed are going to help Happy get his Naga out of the way. Again, like Sonic, made very few mistakes, but just the Hunter's Hall gets canceled and his tech is late, and it just like so many things spiral out of control, which really are just stem from small mistakes, like that Hunter's Hall maybe not in the safest of positions, and now his tech is so late, and Happy kills the Naga because maybe the boots of speed weren't passed early enough, or at all, as it seems, to Sonic's Naga, and now Happy is in position to do whatever he wants on the map.
I guess so, and there's lots to do on this map. We got a ritual dagger. We will creep a little bit. Might be interesting if he agrees to a winner interview to ask him about his recent journey into FFA, because he's playing a tournament in FFA, and he might be joining the finals there. This is I don't really see Happy in an FFA, but he's playing.
Is it a no chat FFA?
It is up for the players to vote.
Ah, very cool. Well, we know what Happy will vote.
Yes.
Ancient War and 3 archers go down. That is not great for Sonic, but yeah, we'll definitely have to ask him about that. Oh, is there staff? No, there is a TP. Demon Hunter is stuck. If only there was a wisp here. Look how many skeletons.
Oh, it'll be so juicy. Gets the TP out. A kingdom for level 3 Fork Lightning. But we ain't having that. Yeah, lack of Dispel, lack of Wisp certainly gives Happy even more freedom than there already was. And Sonic again in the ropes. Happy getting ready for a knockout punch.
Yeah, continuing the creep for now. Still needs level 3 Death Knight. But Sonic, so hard for Night Elf to creep on this map without the Ancient of War. Without bears, which are not on their way yet. This is just 2 Dryads for Sonic. Is he going to build a Tree of Life? Is he going to do something? I do not know. And Happy, the question becomes, expansion again or tier 3 push? Both games he's been in a good position where you think he could just end the game, but like last game he went for the Xbox. We will see.
What I see is a nice €7.50 donation by Knusperhoden für die community. You sweet, sweet, sweet. That means for the community, cousin, to help you out there a bit for your German. Very good, very good. Thank you, Knusperhoden. Love the spending mood you're in. Great support for the channel. While We're waiting for Happy's guillotine to snap. The hero's not in perfect condition, but the statue will change that in a second. And we're still waiting for that surprise play by Sonik.
Yeah, well, now he's going tier 3. He still doesn't have a shop, so he doesn't have staff available. And he's got some dryads, but he is in a very strong position. Oh, no Fork Lightning there. Push him vulnerability because he thought the Fork Lightning was going on the Demon Hunter. But Talisman of Evasion is not going to make or break this game for Sonik, just like that Greater Mana wasn't either that he just found previously.
Are you already preparing questions, Carson? Do you have a notepad up?
Oh, I got all the questions in the world, don't you worry.
You think you can do better than Bidu after Dust League?
No one can do better than that interview, okay? That guy has no shame, though, so, you know, and he has no fear.
Base.
I'll give him that one, though. That was a good interview. I'll give him that one.
It was glorious. Always Ham, thank you for the prime. Happy's coming in. Oh, Fork Lightning gets the last hit. This would be such a classic Happy creep last hit. But Sonik says, no, not with me, dude. I know this creep won't decide about the outcome of this game, but I really don't want you to get what you want.
Yeah, definitely. Just every little inch that you can take. Goes for the red camp. And not the cleanest creep. He sort of just ran through the red camp. Mana burn.
Oh!
Sonik gets it.
Boom, baby! Oh, I love it. That's exactly what you want. The item was, of course, in Happy's inventory right after. But what a sweet play!
Yeah, very nicely done. Nicely done indeed. This experience that Happy will miss for the rest of the game, but he did get the item. Okay, Sonik has made enough space now to finally get to bears again. Supply is even. Naga is a little bit underleveled. You would want, in an ideal case, Naga level 3 at this stage. But Sonik seems to not have the opportunity. And Happy, is he going for the push this time? 10.5 minutes. A little later, but still potent timing if he wants to do it.
Clock is ticking. The Frenzy and Destroyer is up. So at the moment, Sonik is trying to catch up. So every second helps him here. It is nighttime now, so Moon Juice is also going to be regenerating in a second. And Happy is almost atypical that he's moving to the other side of the map when his timing hits.
The player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, maybe just prioritizing gobbling up some more creeps. He wants to maybe get the red camp item. Maybe he feels if they both just trade creeps at this point, he's going to be stronger because he's already got a hero level advantage. It's interesting what Happy's doing with his timings for sure. Especially in game 1, just choosing to expand when he's super ahead. In this game, choosing to just creep, it seems. But now he's chain morphing Destros, and this seems to be the fight he wants.
Alright. Orb up, staff up, needs the Demon Hunter in position. Because of that little shopping trip by Sonik, he couldn't really prepare the heroes with the mana burns. And this looks like a similar fight that we've seen on Hammerfall. Great focus fire, saving the ghouls even with the last coil. There is nuke on the Naga. That one's saved. So Sonik is doing the best he can, but sometimes the best is not enough.
Not many units left over for Sonik, and 3 Destros in the air to make sure that these heroes will never heal up either. I'd be surprised if he had cleared a gold mine. He'd probably be building an expansion right now. But Sonik, the bad boy, might be shot into the lower bracket right now.
The bad boy will be the dad boy.
That's true. That's true. But he'll have another chance, as will all the players that have lost today.
Man, we're gonna have 2 Night Elves there for sure. Chance for 3. And Hawk among them as well. But Sonic's still fighting. It's only a 13 food lead. The levels are looking good. Nova isn't level 2. Sonik. There's no, like, there's also little potential for some crazy plays, right? There's no laboratory for a Zeppelin. He could try to expand, but he never really had the resources. Like, it's really hard at this stage of the game to turn it around.
And Happy's just orchestrating the map in a way where he always ends up with the better creeping. He takes a fight, not just to win the game, but to force Sonik into the side of the map with only scraps, while Happy can take 2 red camps back to back. He's going to go for the 4th soon. That will be all 4 red camps for him eventually. And, you know, you don't have to win the game through just winning fights. You can win the game through plays like this, map movement.
He's really good at that. He's gobbling up everything. Give me that camp, give me that camp, give me this item. I take it all. And oh my god, Devotion Aura, Katga's Pipe, more mana, good damage as well, double shop. Like, these items are crazy.
Stopping by here to get potential another claws. I believe it was close to haste there from that camp. Has to clean it up, and yeah, this is the 4th red camp. And Sonik again scraps. He's going to take a green camp, and then he's going to take the turtle camp, which is pretty much guaranteed to the player who's facing snare. Yeah, and Happy is very, very happy with the way this went.
Yeah, I mean, Sonik is not contesting. He's always behind. He's always following. But this is not how Warcraft 3 works most of the time. You gotta lead. And Happy, an absolute dictator in the Western scene right here. It's the early round though, with the top seed against the bottom seed. This is how matches can go. But Sonik surviving the 15-minute mark. I don't want to call it mercy at the hands of Happy, but a couple of ghoul kills here and there. A couple of scary situations, especially in the middle at the arrival of tier 2. But I feel like Happy, now with a full inventory, has had enough. Wants to go back to the couch, put the feet up, and kill Sonik.
64 supply versus 50. Sonik, if he had a couple more minutes, he would have enough Fairy Drag, or enough talents to counter all these Destros. The Ancient Wind is only now finishing. And Sonik doesn't even have the time to take the most valuable creep he's been given on the whole map before Happy's pushing. He's going to try to still get it, but now he's just fighting the creeps. And Happy, one lord goes down, and there is no chance in this fight.
Well, Naga executed in seconds, aiming for that Lich, but we've seen many players in many tournaments aiming for that Lich, but Happy is protecting this Lich like his own eye, or whatever the translation in English is. I don't know. This Lich will not fall.
No, not at all. Happy playing around the coils perfectly, and that is a 2-0 as expected for Happy in the 3rd match per day. And he will go on to the upper bracket semifinal, and Sonik will go down to the losers bracket.
That shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. Still good to see that Sonik is competing. Not as wild as we're used to seeing, not as crazy as we sometimes see in the Weekly Cup. Serious mode Sonik did a good job, but that wasn't enough to threaten Happy. He is slaughtering Night Elves around the globe. It doesn't matter if your name is Moon, or Kaho, or Colorful, or Lawlight, or whatever. You die if your opponent is the Hapster.
Yes, absolutely. Time and time again, he proves just how damn good he is.
He's pretty damn good. I don't know if you know that, Cos, but our community is also kind of good. We got 2 more subs. Always Ham and Alchemist, 32 months. Neo teaching German to Carson. Worth another month of great entertainment. There we go. And 25 euros by Yundis. Glad you have a wonderful time here apparently as well. That support is worth a lot. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And do we have a Happy? Do we have a Happy?
I
talk to me of all people.
Did you ask him? Because I spent the time thanking our contributors. Let me see. It's not in the broadcast room yet.
A Happy interview. He's just gonna block me.
No answer just yet. We'll see if he appears in the broadcast waiting room, or if we move on.
We'll see. If not, we got Foggy versus Leon, which should be a fantastic match.
Definitely the hypest match of the day. 2 fan favorites clashing.
For sure. Yeah, and Foggy is so good in that matchup too. Even though maybe he's not in peak shape right now, he's so good against human. Kind of a necessary thing as a Night Elf player at his level. Got to be able to beat these top human players, and it's a tricky matchup after a night off, so he's well practiced, well versed. No response from Happy.
Not just yet, you know. Maybe he stepped aside for a second. Had to open the champagne for the victory.
It's true. Yeah. And I'm waiting to start the vetoes with the other guys so that he sees my message in the Discord before I at the other guys. So we're at a standstill right now, everybody. But you guys know, as we do, it's a sacrifice we need to make.
We have to try. You know, we have to try. And of course, we don't want to rush too much, but we get more support, so we got more time to thank people. Kova2177 with the tier 1 sub, and seeing him the entire day, I want to give it up again to Buttcrumbs, who today gave out his 2,500th gift sub. And
my God.
You know who he gave it to? Number 2,500, the big number? To
Who's
you.
That? Oh, I saw that I had a sub.
Yeah, you were number 2,500.
Oh, 5 hours ago, Buttcrumbs gifted you a tier 1 subscription to Back to Warcraft. Hey, thanks, dude. I realized when I typed in the chat earlier, saying hello to Buttcrumbs in the chat, that I was subscribed, which is nice. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. No more ads for me.
There we go. So, wonder, should we give it up?
We can at least say we tried. Maybe in the next round we can interview Happy.
Yes, we will figure this out. But yeah, apparently, well, he can still hop on the
what his favorite animal was. I was gonna ask him if he wore pajamas when he slept, or if he wore slippers when he walked around the house.
I'm pretty sure he does.
Sugars he took in his coffee.
You think he's a coffee kind of guy?
I don't know. I wonder. He's very routined, though. You know, like when you see him, he turns the stream on for 1 hour, probably when he wakes up, and then he takes a break after that, and then he comes back on, turns the stream back on for about 3 hours, I think it is. Very routined from what we can see.
Yeah, regarding coffee, if you see him play and he's just tearing people apart left and right with high pressure and always so energetic as well, it looks like he shoots coffee right up his veins. And not drink it, but
coffee enema.
There it is. There it is. So yeah,
the Wall Street tip.
Well, we get the map picks and bans ready for Foggy and Leon. Hopefully, these guys are ready. Usually, mega reliable. It's our German champion in Leon, also a champion of the people, I might say. Every day, every morning, 8 a.m., 9 a.m., one person is laddering and grinding the human race. It doesn't matter if on War 3 Champions or on KK. Leon is always there, gracing us with his streams. Foggy is there already. He is shifting a little bit, shifting to other games here and there, is shifting to Battle.net. Number 1 Battle.net player, by the way, Foggy.
Oh, is he now?
Yes. He got there. But for a couple of weeks, he's also back to competitive. And while he doesn't have the mega high top 2 runs that we had in the past when he was conquering China, still very much respectable, winning weekly cups, making it into final of monthly cups, and slowly also playing B cups again, where he took 2 maps off, for example, Sock. And if you can take 2 maps off of Sock, you can definitely beat Leon as well.
It's pretty good performance. Sock surprised me a little bit in B Cup so far, obviously, but still, I mean, to beat him is a very good testament to your skill. But yeah, I was a little bit disappointed in my boy. I'll be honest with you, but maybe
he lost to Pink.
Yeah, I know. I looked up, I saw that result, and I was like, "What the hell? Still got to watch all the games though. Definitely want to see. Also want to see those, I think, show matches that happened between Lin and Fortitude and Lin and Happy, right? Still got to watch those. So excited. Every time I see one of those uploaded to the YouTube, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm making a grilled cheese sandwich, maybe even 2. I'm sitting down here. I'm putting it on the TV.
It's so cool as a caster. Like, you go into a day and you look into like a prelim round of 32 group and you think like, okay, that's going to be cool. Not going to be outstanding, but I got some time for some off-topic talk to the chat and watch some new players as well. Sometimes it's really nice. And then all of a sudden you get a message from like Kova or Stalker And they're like, oh, there's a show match coming. It's Lin versus Happy. And here you go. 5 maps. It's on Flow TV. Like, okay, my day just got 700 times better.
Yeah, that's quite nice. Quite nice. Must be nice. Must be nice. But, you know, I've been a little spoiled recently, too. We've seen, you know, Starbuck playing a lot of weeklies and so on playing a lot of weeklies. But, you know, I don't know if I've ever casted. Have I ever casted Lin versus Fortitude?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really cast a lot of Lin games. I never really have, honestly, because he wasn't at RARA, right, when I was there. He doesn't play a lot of War 3 Champions finals. I don't really have the opportunity to cast the greatest player of all time that often, unfortunately.
Well, you can pick up the replays and do it that way. Or you just get up at 4 a.m.
Hey man, I'm sometimes I'm down. Sometimes I'm down.
Maybe
I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that when I get back from the studio. I'll set my schedule to be European so I can start casting some of those things. Maybe that has to be done for the winter months.
That would be totally degenerate, but I would appreciate the passion.
All right, waiting for Vito's still. Yeah, luckily the person that the roommate that was in this room right here through this wall, they moved out, so there's actually no one next to me anymore, so I can yell all night.
Were they annoyed?
All night. No, it was pretty chill. Honestly, they were the much louder person overall, and they're also up much later. So. So there's less background noise for me now, but also I don't have to worry about it.
Are you looking for new roommates then?
I don't know. I think we're just freeballing it with just the 3 of us up here right now, because there's 2 people downstairs and there was 4 upstairs, but now the 4th moved out and there's just the 3 of us, which is kind of chill. Kind of chill now.
As long as you can afford it, the Spotify must be playing good from all the clicks that you're gathering.
Just barely, Neil. Just barely. We're scraping on by here in Canada. Groceries are more expensive than ever. Thank you for asking.
Dude, freaking butter, man. I stopped eating butter altogether. It's not worth it at all. Maybe you can use the grease from your hair instead. Save some money.
Bacon grease, baby. Oil's too expensive. Just cook bacon and then cook in the same pan.
Fucking bacon split a plate of mine 2 days ago. I didn't even know that's possible. I used a plate. I put bacon on it. And you know microwave bacon? It works.
Oh my God. Okay,
so,
yeah.
I put the plate with the bacon in the microwave, put it to like 3 minutes, which is 30 seconds below the recommendation. And all of a sudden I hear like, boom! Like, what the fuck? The bacon got so hot in the microwave that it got too hot for the plate and it split the plate in half.
Oh my God.
It was scary.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was kind of cool. Like, you must be great bacon if you're able to just destroy my ceramics.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it thick bacon? How do you cook your bacon? Because when we were in Sweden together, or was it Sweden or was it Germany? It was one of the maybe it was RARALAN 1. In the hotel, in the breakfast buffet, they very much undercooked the bacon. Is that like a German thing?
It's a hotel thing.
Oh, okay, hotel thing. Gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I think if you're invited to like a private breakfast with someone, or you wake up somewhere and it's bacon at the morning, it's always super crisp. Crisp bacon, best bacon. That's the way it is.
Gotcha.
It's the same like when you do scrambled eggs. It's always a million times better than hotel scrambled eggs.
Yeah, yeah. They make it too like watery.
Yeah,
hotels, you know, you got to make it big. Scrambled eggs have to be very lightly tossed.
Exactly.
In the pan, you know.
Yeah, I
get you. Okay, we're on the same page with the whole breakfast thing.
We would have great breakfast together one day.
Yeah, one day. I've been doing because of how expensive groceries are. I was just buying frozen hash browns, like shredded hash browns, but because they had turned into like $7 for a bag of them, so I just started buying potatoes and started using a cheese grater and grating my own, and that's actually pretty good. It's pretty good. They're pretty easy to make and they're delicious. Grated hash browns, highly recommend.
That sounds pretty good indeed. I am becoming more and more a fan of potato as well. For years I was a hater, thinking, oh, you gotta peel them and then you gotta cut them. I'd rather go noodles because they're ready. But turns out it only takes a minute or two to cut a potato, or to whatever you do with them. You can do so many things with them. It's amazing.
Yeah. And one of the few things that are still cheap. Potatoes are very based. Very based indeed.
Absolutely are, especially as a German. We need our potatoes in our lives. What would a burger be without fries? I ask.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Not much.
Not much
at all.
We're almost done with the vetoes, everybody. We're down to the picks. With a CK, not with a G. Concealed Hill, Echo Isles, Northern Isles. I've seen Leon practice with Lawlight not too long before this match. So he seems to be in shape. I wonder what Foggy's prep was. When he was still in like high-ranked tournaments and trying to get that world championship, he was always one of the best prepared players of them all. Like the entire scene. Nobody held a candle to Foggy's preparation. Now Leon might have taken that title away from him.
Potentially. He's Leon's been grinding a lot. I watch his stream every night. I go into bed around midnight my time. I just turn my phone on, and either Saul or Leon are streaming, and whichever one's on, the first one I see, I turn it on, and then maybe I watch Happy until I get an ad, and then I'm like, okay,
So you watch him for 5 seconds?
Yeah. I thought I should. To be fair, though, I should just subscribe to the guy. I mean, it's a worthwhile subscription for Happy. I mean, you don't want ads, just sub. I don't think he has ads turned on for subs. You can do that, though. You can do that.
So I'm asking the guys if they will provide us with camera feeds. We got that from Starbuck and Hawk. We'll see. As we are identifying the perfect server here. And then we're ready.
That's the
the
one.
Main event, huh?
I think that's the one. Leon had 10,000 ping on every other European server.
I hope he's not with Telecom. That is bad routing.
Okay. And ping EQ question mark. And then we're good to go. Concealed Hill is where we are starting, Neil.
Ooh. That could be high octane. Ah, we got Leon. And we will soon have Foggy. Yo, Leon looking great.
Very nice. The actor model guy that he is. Of course, he's got his camera set up ready to go. Actor model streamer guy.
He's also a dancer, I figured out. Was it salsa?
Oh my God.
I think it was salsa.
That is very attractive.
You bet.
And not very German.
It is not German. I think it is Spanish.
Yes. Yeah, Germans, I think of them as rigid. Like, what's that band? What's that robot band? Kraftwerk. I think every German like that.
Yes, that's all we do. We can only do the robot dance in Germany. And
robot jacket and leather jackets.
And the waltz, of course. It is also very important to have a waltz.
Yes, of course. Okay, so we're just waiting on Foggy's camera. Did you get him set up? Oh, he's asking.
It's much appreciated.
And then we'll be ready to go into our last best of 3 of the day. Pretty quick day, all things considered, but this match could absolutely make up for the time. Oh, someone didn't read your message. About,
whatever. I did a little tutorial that if players are streaming themselves, how to set it up so they can stream their webcam to their stream and also to us. And Foggy didn't read it. He didn't do his homework. But hopefully, the only reason is that he comes ultra mega prepared with his strategies and his play, and that is more important. But Leon, he is a role model for the entire scene. Look at him. Perfect webcam feature provided. Hair, slick back. He's ready. We are ready. Foggy is ready. Maybe we wait for his call here. But then it's the last game of the day. Who has the pleasure of facing Happy tomorrow? Is it Foggy with his grand return to European Professional Warcraft? Or is it Leon, the German champion? He has had fierce ladder battles against Happy. He's been practicing on 250 ping the past couple of days in this week. So now he can he's finally free again on like Leon Unchained against Foggy. and this introduction took way too long. So Carson, please take it away and tell us everything about this grand matchup.
Human versus Night Elf. Lots of variety to be had. We've seen more and more Warden on this. Oh, they need a rematch. Well, the intro didn't take long enough, apparently, but we've seen a lot of variety, a lot of different heroes. Warden in particular, recently, which could be something Foggy does, but it's something Leon will definitely be prepared for. You just said he was practicing with Laliat. Laliat, kind of the king of Warden. What did they need a re for? It wasn't the server or anything, right?
Maybe sound?
What it was. Ah, yes.
You know, you can't select the audio device in Warcraft 3 for some reason for 5 years, and then when you have the wrong sound device selected, then this is sometimes necessary to restart the game, as I also have to restart the game. Same issue as before. Takes a little bit.
Oh, good. Yeah, Foggy said, I have just a picture of the loading screen, but the game started. Ah, I see.
Ah, okay. Don't wanna give up on these precious seconds, as I'm rehosting here as well. Not rehosting, reloading.
Yep, same game name.
Yep.
There you guys go. There's your prediction, you guys. Okay, you guys were asking for the prediction.
Oh my god. You do predictions for these guys?
Sometimes. When they ask nicely, I do. Yeah.
All right.
When they're good. When they're a good chat.
Yeah. I think they're good. They are many, I gotta say. They are many today.
Yeah.
They had like 2,200 viewers at one point.
Not bad. Okay, both players ready, and here we go. So back to your point, yeah, lots of variety. Could see a Warden, could certainly see a Keeper from somebody like Foggy. From Leon, I would always expect a fast expansion. Unless he's up against something unorthodox like a Tavern Hero or the Warden, then maybe one base could be the play.
All right, then. One issue with Leon oftentimes is nerves while he's ruling that German league, and nobody comes close, but maybe they will at the finals in just 10 days from today. In the big tournaments, when it's like the B Cup, the War 3 Champions Cup, he can never bring his A game. Something is holding him back, always. And it's nerves, even in these big competitions. Also at Rara, we never seen a deep dive from Leon at Rara. Now, here at the DWCC, it is time. Foggy versus Leon, the first map. Here we go.
All right, we have Leon in the bottom left, and in the upper right, we have Foggy, the People's Champion. Well, it's hard to tell who the People's Champion is these days between these two, but it'd definitely be one of these guys. And Leon, I'm surprised he gets nervous. You would think him, of all people, wouldn't be nervous. You know, having being in his line of work, you know?
As an actor, right? Exactly. I would agree, but you never know. And looking at the results, it's quite interesting. You would also think, well, Leon is way more active, right? He should be the top favorite here. But in B Cup, Foggy won 2-1 both of his matches that they played against each other. And also at their last encounter in a RARALAN qualifier, Foggy was also victorious. So Leon, you got some catching up to do.
Yeah, we'll see. Concealed Hill. It's a pretty neutral map these days. It's always, you know, it can be tough to expand, but I feel like human players have gotten better at overcoming the adversity at the expansion. Seems like Leon, is he going for the lab first? This is a little unorthodox, but not unheard of course. But maybe he's just trying to pressure that wisp. This is maybe what he's doing. Yeah, seems like he just wanted to get that wisp out of his face, which makes sense. A detonate on that water elemental will mean level 2 immediately for the Demon Hunter.
Nachtigall coming in with a sub, 8 months. Super excited to see Foggy back in tournaments, aren't we all? He's playing the weekly cups, he's playing the monthly cups, he's playing the B cups, and now he's playing DWCC. Great that he followed our invitation. Wisp is getting the scout off.
No, Foggy! Ancient War! Okay, he almost lost his Ancient War, sorry.
Oh my god, you scared me so much! Demon Hunter is in, Immolation. Now it's up to Leon to defend.
Moonwell being built aggressively. What a weird start to this game. Almost loses the Ancient War. Leon pulls super late, and the Demon Hunter is in his face with the Moonwell at his back. Leon has to give this up. Demon Hunter does too much damage and already has to pause. Oh, eats a bolt. That is literally game-saving for Leon, that boulder.
There was a lot of damage. There was a bit of disable. Now Foggy level 2, firing on all cylinders. Cannot afford to lose this rock golem. Is Leon. Scout coming in with the militia. Oh, blocks against him. So well done by Leon to block the Demon Hunter to prevent Foggy from getting the last hit. And he's getting rewarded with the big mana potion.
Nicely done there. The boulder, of course, is what saved that for Leon, but the block after that to follow it up, to capitalize on the AI going in his favor. Quite nice. Foggy going to capitalize on the fountains. I'm going to take a crab, and we are seeing one base play, something that I didn't expect, actually. But I'm a fan of it. I think this is an excellent style.
Yeah, me neither, to be honest. It is a bit harder to creep on Concealed Hill because of all the poison and all the dispel that's at the natural. But usually humans got so good at it that it doesn't really matter. But Foggy is also one of those guys who's never shying away from a super sudden all-in. Like he flips the switch and he's right there with proxy buildings, 4 APs. So maybe Leon is adjusting to Foggy's style.
Yeah, I think this is nice to throw Foggy off this game potentially. And level 3 is there. And Foggy was at the fountain the entire time this was happening, just healing up, which saves him a lot of Moonwells, which is going to be necessary in the future. By the way, no Arcane Tower in the main base of Leon. Just worth noting for if Foggy does get a Staff of Teleportation, I think that could be an excellent play when the economy is so unstable on one base. Leon. For now, the Wisps are the one that are unstable. They're running around. So far, no losses, but this is just the start of the pressure.
And it is a lot of lumber already as the Wisps are moving. They are not working. We got a proxy building on the right-hand side. That's the Hunter's Hall. That's kind of sweet, but 195 lumber doesn't bring you that much. Archmage. Leon walks it off with the boots, and we got another sub in the meantime by Heavy Metal.
Great movie. Thank you very much.
A player's forces are under attack.
Not the best music genre, but a great movie. What even is heavy metal? I don't even. What is it even considered heavy metal?
Heavy metal is what you want it to be.
It's like Slayer heavy metal. Would that be considered heavy metal?
I guess.
If so, I like heavy metal. Anywho, surround on the water.
You look like you got a 30-year-old Slayer T-shirt.
I wish. Little vintage Slayer T-shirt.
Yeah.
No, that is one band T-shirt that I did not have. I don't wear band T-shirts anymore, but when I did, that wasn't what I had. Bad Brains, yes. Talking Heads, yes. Slayer, no.
Not yet. There will be a phase in your life where you're going back to band shirts, I guarantee. Foggy is at 6 archers at the arrival of tier 2. Isn't that a bit much?
Yeah, maybe he felt he just needed them to hold the pressure. It didn't delay his Ancient of War pivoting too much. And his Hunter's Hall is on time, but oh, you know what he's doing?
Mountain Giants archers.
This is mass orbs. Yes. Triple orb, baby.
And judging from our excitement in our voices, we are quite excited to see that because it's a grand strategy. Leon is missing the pull, and Foggy is missing the creep pull as well. Ay, bayo yayo.
Still don't know what that means, but I really like it when Saul says that.
It's a way of life, dude. It's a way of life. For Leon, not much is changing. Blood Mage, rifles, and at some point go.
Yep. At some point, yeah. He probably wants Blood Mage level 2, but maybe the pressure is just too tantalizing. He wants to go forward. I don't know if this is going to play out well for Leon, but for now, Foggy's struggling a little bit with the creeping. Luckily eats a boulder on the Archer, not the Naga. Gold Beast could be helpful. There's not a lot of bears, or there won't be many at all, potentially.
I feel like the creep spots on both sides are very, very chaotic. That's a lot of things happening that you don't necessarily want to happen. Creeps getting involved, stuff gets slowed, bouldered. Everybody is running around with super low HP. Leon now gets a Caretaker. Priest wants this Blood Mage up because, of course, Siphon is nice. But what's better is Siphon and Banish, and then ideally Siphon 2. And then you probably got the game in the back, and for that, the Blood Mage has to live. Naga on the other side by Foggy, just barely alive against the Water Elemental. So yeah, maximum chaos here on Concealed Hill.
Absolutely. Demon Hunter is trying to kill everything, but alas, he is just a Demon Hunter, so he has to back away for now.
Just a Demon Hunter, he said.
Yeah, was one hit away from a water elemental. Yeah, just do. The most terrifying thing in the whole world. He's got no mana, half HP. He's just sitting there on hold position. Oh my god, he's terrifying.
We got a 10 euro donation by The Flip. You wonderful, wonderful soul. Thank you for the support. Neo and Carson casting Leon and Foggy. What a blessed Saturday this is. Love what you do, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you, thank you. And Leon gonna keep up the pressure. A standard way to do this push is to creep the red before pushing. It gets you a nice item. It gets you a lot of mana. You can siphon away from all the creeps. And, of course, Banish is normally needed. I think level 2 Blood Mage is almost a necessary tool to have for this push, but Leon goes. He thinks he was already delayed too much. He wants to push right now.
Well. Tier 3 on the way. Only a single bear for Riju. No Spellbreaker yet to steal that Riju. Instead, Sorks are coming to control the Demon Hunter. This is not as easy as you'd like it as the human. Leon did great harass and great distraction, but still, this tower push has to be started far in the back.
Look at the Moonwells. They are completely dry and it's daytime. He's going to have to rely on only Rejuve and potions. The Water Elemental. Wisps could be pulled. There's enough lumber, I suppose, if he's already got Master Pain, which he does. There's the detonates. Big detos on the Water Elemental. So far, a patient defense from Foggy, but eventually he's going to have to actually take the fight.
That roar is paying off as well on these archers. Fork lightning in the back. Can he get that tower up is the big question. I think the big answer is no. Foggy down to 36 food, but there is a Demon Hunter in this 36, and we've seen powerful Demon Hunters today. Leon got great sustain, but the damage is ramping up, and Foggy, he has a lot of gold. I feel like he's a bit slacking on the macro. Now the bear comes in, and that will be a lifesaver.
Leon not siphoning for a long time. There's another Fork Lightning. Will that remind Leon to use the ability on the Blood Mage? He hasn't been siphoning for like literally 40 seconds. Like he's getting some kills, yeah, but he could have drained that Naga fully and gotten another Water Elemental. Now that Fork Lightning that was gifted to Foggy kills the Blood Mage and probably wins Foggy this game after the defense here.
2 exit kills here, big ones. Rifle Priest gone, tower push stopped. And Leon, this is not looking too great. As a lonely priest and a lonely rifle discuss the events, and it's not a great story for their faction. The rally point of the rifle is not perfect either. Probably set on the Blood Mage. Might be 2 donos here, thanks to the Frost Arrow of... Oh, okay. Frost Arrow of the Naga. Oh boy. This is a disaster. And Leon, again, not able to show his very best Warcraft.
Yeah, absolutely not that. I mean, the micro was fine. He just forgot the Blood Mage existed. That's a very big deal. You need to control these heroes, and importantly, there was no Dryads yet. Water Elementals would have had huge impact. Foggy was out of Wisps to detonate. If he had done the Siphon, out of the Naga, into the Archmage, triple Water Elementals, that would have been a much different fight than it was with 0 Water Elementals and 3 Fork Lightnings.
Absolutely, Blood Mage key here, but I mean the Blood Mage, he is and was a Night Elf originally, so maybe he just went on strike.
It's true. Now he's here, and he's got Banish, finally level 2, very important, as I mentioned earlier. Fight is still possible for Leon, but look at the damage. Banishes just to get a Fork Lightning to the face.
But also, look at that healing when Banish is active.
Yeah, it's with 25 and oh no, well never mind. Well, let's forget about that. There's another Fork Lightning and Naga just given free reign the whole game, Neo.
It is crazy how much damage he's able to do. 5,600, close to level 4. Slow Trap is kicking in. Leon is fighting. Blood Mage is back. Suck using the Siphon. But is it still enough? Can you recover from here? Because Foggy is not getting that much better. But Leon surely is.
Yeah, pretty much the big upgrade Foggy can get from here would be a second orb. But yeah, Leon, you can get to that critical mass of rifles. And he wants to keep fighting because this is the only chance currently for him to get any unit kills. He wants to finish his food in the way of those bears and that dryad. But in keeping up the push, he might just keep losing instead of gaining. Now draining the bear. There is more banish. He's going to have to use it to deny that demon hunter.
Oh my god. Archmage gotta run down to basically negative HP, picking up more water elementals, more casters, more rifles. He takes it all away. Foggy with the Demon Hunter in full control. 16 food ahead. No time for Leon to go to the fountain. Still fighting though. This is the neutral map. Of course, you really want to win it. Otherwise, you are facing the lower bracket and have to win back-to-back maps here. The good news for Leon, Foggy doesn't have an expansion, have an expansion in the works. He is very rich though. Leon is not. 10 food down, and the heroes aren't too impressive either yet.
Yeah, Foggy was doing this all below upkeep, whereas Leon, if he was able to break upkeep, he would have. Wellspring was researched, but he drained the Moonwells before it upgraded, unfortunately. Foggy now gets his second orb. Leon gets a red camp. Leon allowed to survive a little while longer, and, you know, he's going to get Blood Mage level 3 soon. He got Archmage level 4. Leon can still win these fights. Just because it's tier 2 against tier 3, do not underestimate Rifle Caster here.
Never do, especially when the banish is nullifying the Demon Hunter close to level 5. And Foggy, of course, knowing about this, goes for the anti-magic to prevent the banish. But yeah, this is gonna be level 5. And the Naga, you said it, free reign, 7,000 damage on her Vamp Aura. It's not doing much for Leon. Can trade it in for maybe a heal scroll invo potion. But yeah, there's gotta be another push, right? But isn't he just running into a brick wall?
I think Leon might go for the heal scroll you mentioned, and then try to creep as much as he can, honestly. I don't know if a push would work. Maybe Leon will just desperation go for a push, but I think his best bet is to creep as much as he can, bank up a little bit of gold below 50, and try to get up to 65 supply. If they both go up to 70, the riflemen really start to come online there because you have enough sorks and you have enough damage to kite and actually get kills. So Leon's best bet, I think, is being passive, but Foggy breaks upkeeps straight up to 65. Is that with Mountain Giants? No, just with more bears.
Yeah.
Very strong.
So basically what you're recommending is the Mega Break?
Yes, the Mega Break. Sell all the items. Sell both heal scrolls. All three. Sell all 3 heal scrolls. Go for the Mega Break.
I love how you got a couple of like trigger words that immediately can make you happy. Like the Bad Boy Sonik and the Mega Break and Noah's Ark as well.
Yes.
This is so cool.
I'm just happy someone's listening to me. That's what I'm happy about, okay?
I am always listening to my co-casters or casters in general. Can't say the same about you, but hey, might be my fault.
Yeah, maybe. But, hey, you know, I heard you when you mentioned the heal scrolls 30 seconds ago.
True.
You see?
It's a lot of them.
It is a lot of them. And by the way, I don't know if this whole Blizzard overlay is broken. Like, everything about it is broken, but Leon's at 560 APM right now. Is that how fast he actually plays?
That should be the average, right? Yeah. That is usually the way he's playing.
Yeah,
I think I got an APM chart as well.
That makes him the fastest player in the whole world.
Yeah, he's
playing at 560 APM. He's faster than Focus.
560 right now. Yeah, it's true. It's true.
Oh my god. Yeah, Leon is the fastest player in the whole world. He's faster than Focus, he's faster than Moon, he's faster than Razor Moon. Yeah, this is the highest APM any player plays at.
Wonder what the efficient APM is and how his keyboard looks, dude. Anyway, what are these rifles doing here? Interception, putting these 560 APM to work. Foggy cut up. We got Blizzard, by the way, and 4 heal scrolls, blowing the first one immediately. What the hell is going on? Absolute chaos.
Siphon didn't do a ton there because the Naga just has so much damn mana. Infinite Fork Lightnings, Archmage out of position. Needs to push on vulnerability, does use it. The question potion could be swapped, but now the shoe's on the other foot, on the Blood Mage's foot. And they're both about to die, and there just doesn't seem to be enough for Leon. He's trying to micro. He's trying to put that APM to use, but No, sir.
Mass murder. Foggy is 40 food ahead. And Leon calls the game. Man, this looked like Foggy's Dryads were so out of position that the rifles were supposed to take them out one by one. But then Foggy decided it's time that I show up here, bring my bears, and completely tear you apart. And, like, where did this fight go wrong?
Yeah, it was, I mean, he tried to drain the Naga, but the Naga had double mana pot and Pendant of Energy, and Naga already has a high mana count, and yeah, there just wasn't enough units for Leon, unfortunately.
Whew. Leon facing the lower bracket. It is troublesome. And Foggy again, man. This is so fascinating because it's been so different when he started out. Back then, he was always the one that needed so much practice and so much preparation to be able to compete. And now, you know, he's playing a little bit of Diablo, a little bit of Heroes of Might and Magic. Then he plays a couple of games on Battle.net. And then it's like, oh, it's tournament time? Yeah, let's go. And he just defeated the German champion. And it looked easy.
Quite easy, for sure. But there was mistakes from Leon. I think he has things to clean up. Even if he plays the same build again, I don't think he should worry too much. He just has to play a cleaner game. Sometimes that's all it takes.
What needs more cleaning? Leon's play or your room?
Definitely my room. Yeah, that'll be done today. It's what I said yesterday, and then I said that the day previously. But it'll be done. It'll be done. Don't worry.
It's you guys can be considered lucky that we're both using green screens. Everybody, it is not
5 subs before the end of this next game, and I'll drop the green screen and show you guys.
This is terms of service, Carsten. I'm not too sure if we're allowed to do this, but of course the people. Nachtigall with the 10 gifted subs, and we have a delay. He didn't even hear that. He didn't even hear that. He's coming in with the 10 gifted subs.
You just knew. We have a time traveler in the chat, everybody.
Unbelievable. Nachtigall, ich höre dir trapsen, wa? Yeah, sick. Let's go. Drop it.
Okay. All right.
I can't join the game at the moment anyway for some reason. There it is, everybody. Carson, wait. There it is. Carson's room. This is the room.
You want to see some more? Wait, I shouldn't.
This is the room.
Here. Is this what you guys want? This is what you want?
Complete annihilation.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, there's 4 coffee bugs right there too. Yeah, I know.
Oh, thankfully, I got my tech issues solved. There we go.
And we're back.
Back to professionalism.
Yes, sir. And now we have map number 2.
We do, everybody. Thanks to Nachtigall, we had this wonderful, wonderful moment. 10 gifted subs in Carson's room. Lovely to see that. Now, we're waiting for Foggy to give us the go. We got Leon deep in the thoughts. He has to flip this around now. And he has to step up his game by like, I don't know, 40%, 50%. Show me the real Leon.
Yeah, definitely. Show me he is higher MMR than Foggy by 17. He should be the favorite. He should definitely. So
17 MMR?
Let's see. Yeah, he's 25, 47, and Foggy's 25, 30.
Oh, damn. That's 2 matches.
Yeah. 2 matches. Or if you're happy, like 20.
That's right. Oh, man. Is Foggy again taking the series off of Leon? It is like he just knows it, how to play against him. It is fascinating. He got his number. He's his kryptonite. It is scary if you're Leon, but I still have hope in my German friend.
I think he can do it. I think he absolutely can do it. Just needs to play a little bit cleaner, and then he'll be able to tie up the series. If any match is going to go to game 3 today, it's going to be this match.
It has to be. I want more of this. I want more of this. I want to spend more time with you. I want to spend more time with Foggy and Leon. I want game 3.
Come on, Leon. Give it to us. For now, we have a different Ancient War positioning for Foggy, suggesting a fast expansion. And for Leon, maybe the same. Northern Isles would be a good map to play 2-base, 2-base.
I agree. It can still be harassed by Demon Hunter. You can't be sure that it is Demon Hunter. Could be Warden, could be Keeper, especially in the hands of Foggy, who's a big Keeper stan, or at least was. People's reaction to that bat is to that room is amazing. Love it. Created a great moment there. But yeah, I agree. Leon usually, also in the matches against Kevin in the German league not too long ago, 1-base, 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 1-base. And I thought, are you maybe saving strategies for the finals? Because expansion can look so good, but maybe Leon is just that 1-base player.
Maybe indeed. I mean, it is a good style, and you kind of need to do it not super reactionary, or else it's not that strong. Like, you want to do it without delaying the tech for too long, which if you do it like, oh, I might expand, and then you decide last second, oh no, I'm gonna go 1-base, your tech's delayed and then your timing is off. So you kind of need to be assertive with the strategy and like do it from the start in a way, which, you know, I respect Leon for going for that. That is what he's gonna do throughout the series.
Yeah, I also feel this is his strongest style, also versus Orc, also in Mirror. Find the levels, go for the attack, and then try to out-micro your opponent. Foggy, well, he had good control. He was never really the micro player, so I like the approach to the match. It's just Foggy always finds solution.
Yeah, and he's very good at making space for himself, which is, you know, buying time so that the push is delayed, so that, you know, maybe his counter expansion in a 2-base game is on time as well. Things like that is where Foggy really shines. For now, though, Crystal Ball reveals the creep route. Leon's very close to level 3, and he does tech now.
1-base it is. Immediately the Blacksmith for early rifles. Foggy on the other side teching 2. Has an Ancient of War at the Expo. Nice little jump start for him with the Circlet. Also good information with the Crystal Ball. It seems like he expected pretty much exactly that timing by Leon.
Yeah, but look at this creep route from Leon. He doesn't get much faster than this. He's militia creeping the Tuskar now. You have to wait around a little bit. There's always an awkward timing when you're in his face and you know you're about to get level 3. But you're just there with your pants down with no ability to summon Water Elemental yet.
Good thing for him, there is no mana burn. Foggy is going full immolation evasion. And there is a level 3. You ideally, of course, want to be in the Night Elf base to harass the Wisp, but Foggy does a wonderful defensive job in just pushing Leon back.
Yeah, but no more mana on the Demon Hunter. This means that the Footman can actually trade quite well here. So this fight could not have gone better for Leon. I feel like a lot of damage and no Footman losses. Foggy gets boosted speed, and now Leon goes into the main. Hunter's Hall is nowhere to be seen. He's pulling Wisps. He should build it elsewhere if he's going to build it, but it's already late at this point.
What do you want to do? Like, Talon mass range versus human? No. This is a classic moment of Night Elf forgetting a Hunter's Hall.
It might be, but there was nothing at the lab to reveal the archers, so pressure sort of ends with the Demon Hunter being the only thing he was able to attack there. But still, no Hunter's Hall, no lures in the near future. And Leon, yeah, he sees the Hunter's Hall now going up.
Wow, that must
go back in and cancel that.
That must give him such a crazy confidence boost. He's so far ahead now when it comes to the tech. Taking the trades one by one, reposition Archmage, taking the damage on the Footman. This is just lovely. And Water Elemental scouts the main to see what's up. Foggy has some catching up to do.
Yeah, these Moonwells are going to be fully empty by daytime. And Leon doesn't have the opportunity to cancel that Hunter's Hall, but it pretty much canceled itself by being late. So Leon is in a perfectly fine position, better than last game. But Foggy, you know, hasn't taken any unit losses, at least. It's just Moonwells and macro losses.
Bloodmage casters, exactly what you would expect. Needs some healing, but shop is up already. Leon, not one of these humans that forgets about it. builds them relatively early.
Player's forces are
Naga
under
second for
attack.
Foggy is waiting for that Archmage. He got that trap set up. Oh, Cloak! Burns him down!
TP! Okay, good. He did remember that it did damage while he was cloaked. Foggy just going straight to tier 3. Actually, Hunter Soul is never late. It arrives precisely when it means to, and he just goes lures after teching and after Naga, and the Hunter Soul being late did not matter at all. Fog.
Didn't know I'm casting with Neutron. Who always used to say that and rub it in my face, but yep, that's what it is. That worked out on map 1. It wasn't the mountain giants, really. It was just quote-unquote bears, right? With a similar timing. Heavy, heavy, heavy on archers. It's just the Foggy style of life.
And Foggy gets both center camps now after forcing that town portal. And Leon, he wanted to use these camps to get level 2, because if not, it's kind of an awkward creep route where you have to creep your green and then your expansion. So he wanted to go to the center and get Blood Mage off of the marketplace in the shop, but Foggy's already cleaned it up with the Book of the Dead that he found at the market. And this game is looking very similar to map number 1 now.
So do we still have hope, or do we think that it's gonna end the same way as map 1 did?
I mean, Leon had room to improve with that push. If he microed a bit better, that push would have been a lot stronger. I love Foggy's confidence. He just goes straight to the next creep camp and keeps creeping the Naga.
What the hell? He's losing a lot of HP
one of
here.
illusion as well. Yeah, Demon Hunter is very, very bruised.
The entire army is pretty bruised. Like Demon Hunter, Naga was bruised as well. Has to town portal now in his own base. Has some scraps of the Book of the Dead. And hello! Jumps right on top of it. But yeah, this is the push now. And this is a lot of time for the tower in the back.
He liked the purchase of illusions. He knew that Adept for the Priest would not be done yet. So this would be very valuable. There's a lot of frontline for Foggy. Pulse Whips detonate, but can't get a double detonate on both water elementals. This time the Siphon is actually happening. Love to see it, and this push is not bad for Leon. Better than game 1 at least, with that roller gets some super duper value.
For sure. He needs reinforcements though. I see Footman producing, but no casters at the moment. 40 food. He's very, very short on lumber. Has a lot of gold though. Both players are losing a lot. Who survives the longest? Foggy, of course, home turf advantage. Gets some regen in now as well at the end of nighttime. Also has that big invo potion. This big invo potion might be the X factor in this defense.
Weird that he's building Footman. I doubt that's on purpose, but you're indeed correct. He's building Footman out of that barracks. What is happening? There's still no Adept and no Breaker. Sometimes he'll go for one Breaker after 2 Priests and 1 Sork with this sort of a push just to steal that rejuve. Blood Mage doesn't have Banish, and the Priest is currently busy healing peasants. It's like Canadian healthcare right there.
Ooh, okay, now the priests are switching their target to the Blood Mage, who is now healthy. The rifles don't look too healthy. Need a little caretaker here. He's still building Footman. Carson! Against the Archer,
no.
I guess.
No, there's no way. Oh god, how that is like, are his hotkeys messed up? Is that why he wasn't siphoning in game 1? I don't know. He's building Footman still. Leon, did his hand shift on the keyboard by accident?
His Archmage is gone. Can the Blood Mage carry this alone? I kinda doubt it. Foggy, mega resilient. Demon Hunter is level 4. He might be banished, but Foggy, even though he's down in supply, should still be able to do it. This Demon Hunter has a mission.
Yeah, he's marching forward with lots of strength on him as well. The unkillable war machine, and Leon is getting 2-0'd in kind of a disappointing series from him. I don't think he's going to look back on this and say, I played my best.
Yeah, Saturday evening, maybe not his time. He's usually playing in the morning hours to be perfectly aligned for these Asian tournaments. Our German league is usually within the week. Something was a bit off there on the Saturday. Blood Mage getting trapped, getting killed. This was a nightmare of a series for Leon. And man, for tomorrow, it smells like ESL Open Cup Grand Final. It's gonna be Happy versus Foggy.
Yeah, Foggy has a full day to prepare something. Keeper Alchemist Mask Fairy Dragons, bring it back, Foggy. Let's see it. Because I think that is going to be our reality. Very, very soon here. I don't think Leon has much of a fighting chance.
Great defenses by Foggy in both games. A bit invited by Leon for sure. But overall, Foggy with the better performance, better control, better timings. It all worked out. Kind of a patented 6 archer defense that I haven't seen too often before. And with that, he's just super stable, had the right timings on both maps, Concealed and Northern Isles, and then the push just wasn't enough.
Yeah, wasn't enough. Nice hold from Foggy. Patient play. I like that he bought the illusions as well there. It looked a little dicey at first, but then he just town portals back, illusions in the front, and holds the push. Easy peasy.
Relatively easy peasy indeed. Leon a bit off. I hope he can bounce back tomorrow. With that, we got our matches for tomorrow, of course, with Starbuck defeating Hawk, with Dice defeating Jens. We got a winner bracket semifinal between them. Then, of course, we got Happy defeating Sonik, and that is Foggy defeating Leon. That is Happy versus Foggy. And in the lower bracket, Hawk versus Jens and Sonik versus Leon.
Should be some great matches. Very excited for all those games. And we'll see if Starbuck's up to the task. We'll see if he can truly take up the mantle of second best European player, which is seems like a meme mantle, but when Happy's in the scene, that is a prized possession for any player to hold.
Indeed, it was a very, very clean day today with only 2-0s. I definitely did not expect that. I had hopes for Jens to take a map. I had hopes for Leon to at least take a map or even win this. And even like in Starbuck versus Hawk, on a good Hawk day and on a Starbuck off day, map or series wins can happen. But no, it was just favorites prevailing. Top seeded players came prepared, performed better. Boom, 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 boom. Day done.
Yeah, 4 best of 3s in 3 hours. Easy peasy. All right, Foggy. Do we not have an interview from him too?
He is probably collecting all the donation on the stream that he's getting right now for that win.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, Foggy. Rake it in.
When he won our weekly cup for the first time after the comeback, it was just raining subs on his channel. It was wonderful, wonderful.
Well deserved, well deserved.
When are you winning a cup, Carson? I heard you're grinding. You might be the best North American player right now if you participate in tournaments.
That's true. I did play. I played the NA Cup 2 Fridays ago. Or last Friday, I got 3rd place. Not bad.
Damn,
I did better than I thought I would. I ended up losing to Penguin.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
I lost to Jens. And Penguin. Yeah.
You can. It is tolerated to lose to Jens.
Yeah, but it wasn't a bad run. I beat I think he's Australian, a human player named CC, who normally beats me, so that was a nice win for me. I felt
you
pretty
can
good
beat
about that.
CC.
Yeah, I think it was it just a best of 1? I think it was just a best of 1, but yeah, I was pretty happy with that win.
Respect.
And then Penguin owned me. Mountain King on Last Refuge destroyed me.
That hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Human recently. Trying to get my Human up to 2K just because it's been fun. But I'll go back to Orc eventually, and I'll play some cups. I've been thinking about playing the Friday weekly, but I don't know. I don't know if it's funner just for people to just watch me cast the games. Like people like the early rounds, or if people would prefer to watch me play. I don't know. I'd play if people wanted to watch.
Just try it. Just try it. Mix it up. Yeah. Try it.
Maybe I will. Maybe this Friday I'll do it.
Feels like Foggy is ignoring us as well. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Shout out.
And Happy.
Shout out to Starbuck and Dice for providing us with interviews.
Great answers too. Great
Yes.
answers. I don't think I've ever interviewed. Maybe I've interviewed Dice in the past, but in depth from both. Of course, we know Starbuck. He's streaming all the time. Cam, Mike, but Dice, I didn't know what the answers would be like. But yeah, great answers from him.
Well, okay, with that, I guess we give it up and we wrap it up. But we, of course, have to tell you that we're back tomorrow with the matches we've mentioned before. But if you listen to something else at that time, here we go again. Starbuck, Dice, your pick.
It's got to be Starbuck. It's got to be.
You think?
I think so. I think it will go all 3 maps. But Starbuck is in damn good shape right now. And he's just super confident as well. So
Starbuck looked indeed good, but there is a chance for him to have an off day. You know, if there's 1 or 2 beers too many tonight to celebrate the upper bracket performance so far. Definitely possible. Dice was very, very sharp today. It's night and day if he takes things seriously or not. And today was absolute serious mode. Enabled by Jens, maybe a bit exhausted as well, but super clean. Happy versus Foggy. There can only be one favorite, but on a scale from 1 to 100, others would say percentage. What are Foggy's odds to win tomorrow?
12%, I'll give him, which is maybe even being generous. What about you?
What are Foggy's odds to win a map tomorrow?
35%.
35%,
which is generous again.
I just join you in unison. 35% that Foggy is winning a map tomorrow, says the entire Back to Warcraft team. You don't want to miss that when Foggy is winning maps against Happy in 2024. Set your alarms. Then, dude, lower bracket, Hawk versus Jens. I have no idea who the favorite is.
Whew. That's tough. That's going to be a 3-mapper for sure. Going to be some long macro games for sure, knowing how Jens plays against Human. He's a keeper guy. He likes expoing. Hawk obviously likes expoing a lot too, but we've seen more 1-base play from him recently. Weirdly enough, on like Twisted Meadows and stuff, we've seen it. But yeah, hard to call. Definitely a 3-mapper though.
Sonic Leon, the big redemption arc for Leon, or will the bad boy storm through the lower bracket?
It's going to be tough. Leon has to clean it up. Sonic definitely played better than Leon today, and he had the tougher match. I was impressed with Sonic today. He had to play Happy, so, can't really blame him. But Sonic played good. But we didn't see the full potential from Leon. Again, I think a 3-mapper, but just from today, I got to say Sonic there.
Say Sonic. Right on. Good. Then we're back tomorrow first of all, at 1 p.m., where Leon is playing B Cup, as far as I know, in a group with... Oh no, it's Dice's group tomorrow, apparently. Focus, Elegant, Labyrinth, and Dice. Damn, that's a banger group for a round of 32. That's insane. Okay, cool. This is going to be good. I'll be there. And then 7 p.m., Dolphin Warcraft Championship Cup Western Edition. We are incredibly blessed that HF High Toon, the sponsor of this event, is thinking of the Western scene, is giving us a Western qualifier, is sponsoring this entire thing with $1,600 plus the prize money that we had for the open qualifiers. And yeah, this is not normal. We don't take this for granted. Hopefully you enjoyed the show, and tomorrow we continue. Carson, what are your plans for the rest of the day?
Oh, I'm getting straight into bed. I'm horrendously hungover.
I thought you wanted to clean up.
Oh yeah, maybe after. Yeah, maybe I'll do both. Maybe that'll help distract me from the aching pain in my head. But I won't be drinking tonight, so I'll be in good shape tomorrow. Promise.
Very good, very good. I'm gonna rate you over to. You know what? I'm gonna rate you over to Foggy, because why not? He might have denied us the camera, the interview, but he still played really, really good. So we appreciate that. Take care, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in masses. This was more or less 2,000 people online for Western Warcraft, and straight to the heart, everybody. Thank you for amazing support. Tomorrow, not 1 p.m., but at noon, B Cup at 7 p.m., the Western qualifier. Take care.